Yo, how's it going, chat? I'm a bit earlier than usual today. I originally planned this stream for in a few hours time, but sat down and had my dinner and thought, you know what? I'm tired, bro. I thought I'm not gonna make it to when I originally planned to stream. So we're here a bit earlier tonight, alright? I apologize. Yo, what's good? Forgetful Candy K0. This is the final Frieren live stream. Hopefully, it should be. There's like 22 something chapters left. We're on the final arc. Isn't the correct wording because it's on hiatus and over. But until that hiatus is over, this is all we've got. Yo, what's good, Albert? So I'll say this right now for you guys who maybe are new to the Frieren live streams. This is stuff that is past the anime. If you are anime only, you will get spoilers. We are way beyond the anime now. We're talking like season 4 or 5 type shit right now. That's where we're at. Chapter 125 of 147, I want to say. And the last 2 arcs have probably been the best of all of Frieren. The last arc especially, if you guys were there for the stream when we did it start this week, I want to say maybe. That shit was crazy. But we're going to jump into it now. This arc, I forgot what it's called. It is the Foundation Festival arc. That is where we're at, for anyone wondering. The final Frieren stream. And then I need to decide what I'm going to read next. I was going to do Hunter x Hunter, but Yusuf has started Hunter x Hunter now. But, like, we're in conflicting positions with Hunter x Hunter. Because he's reading directly from the anime. And I was low-key pondering about starting from scratch. So I need to decide. I might hop on the Hunter x Hunter streams at some point with him. Because I do want to catch up to that. So, here we go. Uble back? What? Hey there, Four Eyes. I was not expecting to see Uble again so soon. I can't believe, by the way, this is my last chance at seeing Sign again. Where's my goat? Where's my MILF hunter, bro? I need Sign to return. Yo, what's good? Atika. Go home. What a meanie. So, this is the village where you grew up, Four Eyes? What a lovely, peaceful place. Can you let me in, or do I have to make a scene? It wouldn't bother me. It's not like I'm very attached to this village. Then what are you attached to? Come on, open up, Four Eyes. How many times do I need to tell you my name is Land? And you know what? Fine. Okay, Uble. What do you want from me? Aren't you scared of me? Why would I be? Let's try zooming in. That's just my analysis. The fact that you used your clone to participate in a crucial event like the first class exam could mean that perhaps you're afraid of showing yourself in front of people. Bro, the Viz website on zooming in is so garbage, bro. Damn it. And you feel especially threatened by other talented mages. That's how I seem to you? I see you in maybe 3 different ways. You're either a coward, someone with bad taste, or both. So tell me, Four Eyes, did you enjoy watching those dangerous caged beasts while you were in a safe place? Uble, I'm not a big fan of people who beat around the bush. Well, Four Eyes, there's no cage here anymore. I see. Sugar? Lots of it. She's like, L. I baked cookies this afternoon. Want some? Hey, don't you run away from me. I'm not running anywhere. Right, time to run out of the window. Sheesh, what does she want from me anyway? Well, either way, I refuse to be in the same room with a maniac like her. I didn't expect I'd leave the village like this. I suppose I should say goodbye at least. There she is. Hey, whose grave's that? I'm pretty good at concealing my manner, so how did you find me? With my analysis of you, I guess. Analysis, huh? Uble, you don't understand a thing about me. I know I don't, so tell me. That is my gran. She passed away about 5 years ago when I was still a 3rd class mage. She died peacefully of old age. My parents were both already gone, so we lived alone, just the 2 of us. And that's it. She asked me to stay by her side as she didn't have much longer to live. She said she didn't want to die alone. Honestly, it was a nuisance. My magic school was in the imperial capital, and I couldn't control my clone as precisely as I can now. Gran seemed to be doing well despite knowing her days were numbered. She took more care of me than I did of her. I think she just wanted to spend time with me. I was preoccupied with those thoughts, and then she was gone before I knew it. For the last 5 years, I couldn't bring myself to leave this village. Now that I think about it, maybe she wasn't the only one who didn't want to be alone. So Uble, how long do I have to wait until you tell me what your business is with me? I'll have to run as fast as I can if you're here to kill me. I'm liking this guy. I really like the reasoning as to why he sends his clone everywhere. Shit's deep. Shit's sad, even. But this is Frieren, I guess. I've got news from the Continental Magic Association. Well, why didn't you just tell me that before? And they want a pair to carry out the next mission. Who's the pair? You and me, Four Eyes. They definitely chose the wrong people. So can I go home now? I don't think their choice was so bad. Even Siri implied that you wouldn't have to do it. That you wouldn't have to do it if you didn't feel like it. But I intend on bringing you with me, by force if necessary. Besides, I'd like to get to know you better. I'm excited. If this is going to be an arc that includes Uble, then shit hot, yeah, count me in. Because obviously we had the arc recently with the old man whose name is now escaping me. But obviously that arc was the best in Frieren, hands down. The arc against the demon, absolute hands down, that was the best arc in all of Frieren. But if we're gonna get an arc that centers more around Uble now, because Uble's one of those characters who just absolutely just took over the scene whenever she was on screen during the magic exams, and then she's never appeared since, really. You're interested in my magic? But I suppose that's alright. Deep down, I think I've been looking for someone who'd drag me out of here. Someone who'd take me away from this village. Are you hitting on me? Is that what it looks like? I want you to flirt with me more. First, tell me what the mission's about. 31 years after the death of Himmel the hero. Iceberg, the imperial capital. Good morning, World Radio 332. Balls deep predictions. I don't think I predicted a thing actually yet for Frieren. Not that I've been trying to predict, but this is going to be like, I could never have predicted what happened last stream with that last arc, with the time travel. Never in a million years. This is going to be a large scale mission carried out by 5 first-class mages. That was lower them to ambush us like that right in front of the castle gate. My plan was to buy all the magic items I could get my hands on during the Foundation Day festival. First of all, this has got nothing to do with me. I couldn't care less about any mission. She looks so sad. By the way, you mentioned 5 mages, but I only see 3 first-class mages here, including me. The other oh, we are going to get an arc with Uble. Oh my god, yes. The fact that I know that this arc that I'm about to be hopping into ain't got a conclusion, and I'm already this looking forward to it, is killing me. The other 2 are Land and Uble. They're working together. They're on the move, gathering intel for us now. Let me give you a brief overview. As you know, here in Eisenberg, we're in the midst of the National Foundation Festival. On the final day, which is 3 days from now, a large ball will be held at the palace, where the leading figures from the Imperial territories and the Northern lands will gather. Mistress Siri was invited as the representative of the Continental Magic Association. Okay, so what's the mission? Don't tell me we're to be Siri's bodyguards. Exactly. Lineal, a first-class mage who's been undercover in the Empire, has informed me that there's a chance that Mistress Siri will be assassinated at the ball. We're supposed to receive further information tonight, but right now we believe it's highly plausible. The fuck? Assassinate Mistress Siri? Who's even in their right mind doing that? I have a hard time accepting that's even possible. Yeah, same. It'd be extremely challenging. Even I can't picture myself beating it. Yeah, who on earth? There is no doubt she reigns supreme over all the human mages of this era. If that's the case, is there need to be on such high alert? But that's only if we're talking about fights between mages. Demons. I think a skilled warrior would have a chance. Is Stark about to get his time to shine? Because I ain't gonna lie, I love Stark. Stark's great, right? But Stark's not really had a moment, you know? He's not had a moment on the same level as Fern and definitely Frieren. Like, I think it's about time Stark got cooking, because there's been a lot of times, especially during the magic exams, where Stark was off screen and we kind of saw him training. A lot of the time when time is just passing by, we see Stark just randomly training with just complete random bozos around whatever village they're staying in for that period of time. It'd be cool to see Stark now just lock the fuck in, because we haven't seen it enough. Yo, what's good, TKDC? I think a skilled warrior would have a chance at about this distance precisely. If Stark made a surprise attack against us at this range, we wouldn't be able to defend ourselves. We'd be dead. We wouldn't be able to cast any spells in time. I'm hurt that you react like that. You don't deny that you could. I'll do my best to keep my distance from now on. No. You don't. Bro has picked up the complete wrong message. They are praising your skills, my guy. When it comes to close combat, there is barely anything mages can do against warriors. That's why trust is crucial amongst party members, and having a warrior is a must. If there is no warrior in the front line who can face enemies in close combat, mages are more fragile than you can imagine. I assume it's the same even for the great mage Siri. Of course, we have taken into account that as well. Ooh, yeah, I forgot about this dude. Falsh and I will be Mistress Siri's personal bodyguards. We're both capable of hand-to-hand combat, even against warriors. These are the guys that, if I remember chat, you were telling me about way back, right at the beginning, their silhouettes were there. What do you think, Stark? Can you take them down? Do you think I can take them down? They'd rip me to shreds. If the assassins are like other opponents we've faced who are specialists in close combat, it seems we'd have a better chance attacking them with spells. Sounds like we have a solid plan against warriors. On the surface, that is. I don't know what would happen if we were up against a warrior who could rival the best of them. We were almost killed before we got there. True. You mean a shadow warrior? Ooh. Whose sword is that? Your Excellency, how would you like your sideburns done? The same as usual. Make them look unnatural. Is it time for a mission? Yes, I must freshen up at last. My face won't remain in the shadows of history, but it will be the last face the person on the list will see. The least I can do is face them with courtesy. Well done. Splendid work. You have my praise. I am honoured, Your Excellency. Ooh. Yo, what's good, Rares? How's it going? So this is another one of the Shadow Warriors. And so he's going to be after Frieren. So Siri... Because I don't recall Siri being on that list. And I want to say that Frieren was the last living person on the Shadow Warriors list. So if there's going to be a Shadow Warrior going after Frieren, but Frieren's going to be protecting Siri... Okay, I'm interested. I don't know what to expect. I have no balls deep prediction as things stand. But these two looking snaz. I was wondering, are the Empire and the Continental Magic Association on bad terms? It seems so. How come? I don't know. But they've been like that for a long time. There's only so much an outsider can know about the specifics of their feud. But you can put two and two together. The Empire is the largest magic-using civilization on the continent, and they possess advanced magic techniques that are actively put to military use. That explains their secretive nature. What they're up to behind the curtain is unknown. In contrast, the Continental Magic Association has gathered talented mages together, yet when it comes to making decisions, it's all up to the great mage Siri, a being beyond human understanding. What that bunch might do is unpredictable as well. Do you see any reason why they'd want to be friends? They're both scary. But anyway, there are an awful lot of noble carriages here, huh? The National Foundation Festival was originally meant to be a social season. Local aristocrats make courtesy calls during this time. Every prestigious family is here, busy with social gatherings, so there are a lot of people coming and going. Hence the outfit, huh? They'll probably check the invitations, but they're not going to recognize every local aristocrat's face. That's what Lineal thinks, at least. Lineal, I remember Zenza mentioned she's a first-class mage who's working undercover in the Empire. We're almost at the manor now. We're supposed to blend in and mingle at a party being hosted by a chief retainer from the Empire and retrieve a letter about the assassination plot that Lineal is hidden in a storage room. Okay, so Eye Patch Dude, this aristocrat, I assumed he was going after Frieren, but I assume he's the one carrying out the assassination on Siri. I don't know. Maybe it'll all be clear in due time, I'm sure, if I've missed anything. But why make it so complicated? Can't Lineal just give it to us directly? According to Zensa, Lineal has been undercover in the Empire for over 15 years. Her position grants her access to inside information. I see. That means she's not able to move freely during the National Foundation Festival. So she's actually got some talent then, huh? She didn't seem to when I saw her. You've met her? Once, in the Northern Branch. She said she visited every 3 years to report in. After she delivered her report, she sat in the garden looking at butterflies all day long. I got the impression that she was just a bit of an oddball. All day long. Doesn't that also make you an audible for watching it. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, be mindful of how you behave. Yeah, Uble doesn't strike me as someone who can just effortlessly fit in as an aristocrat. That ain't happening. She's too unpredictable, too rude, too psycho. She gonna fuck up. Ain't no way. I was thinking on the way here, I like this. You look handsome. This is just an act. Let's go. It's kind of like a bit of an inverse of the Fern and Stark stuff. Hey, look around. Just go with the flow. This seems more natural. We're supposed to be married after all. I mean, she's cooking right now, I suppose. She's doing a good job. Togen Anki. I've not heard of Togen Anki. What's that? A coin? A bottle cap? Oh, wait, no. He snatched a button, a badge. This is it. The storage room Lineal hid the letter in, right? It's a good spot. Not many people come in here. It's not in use anymore, so there's no guard either. Let's quickly find it and get this over with. Okay, so he's thrown the badge, key, whatever it is. What did you do? Just in case. Better safe than sorry. Makes sense. Just because if he gets caught with that on him, then it's insta expose. Hey, Four Eyes. Did you find it? No, but they found us. Are the guards in manor houses always so alert? Footsteps? How could I have missed them until they were so close? We have no choice but to fight. Oh, Uble's gonna love this, but this ain't gonna be a guard. This is gonna be like Stark, Fern, someone, right? Don't. Let's just escape out the window. Oh, yeah, and you're pretty good at that, my guy. They are quite strong. Huh. Strong, you say? Why do you seem happy about that? I can leave you here and run. No, that's no good. The difference in strength between us and them is more than I imagined. I can't leave here alone. Huh? What's that for? Excuse me. Oh, who is this? Excuse me. Oh, he's pretending to make out. Classic. That was the uniform of the Magic Special Forces. They're the unit that gets sent in to suppress the civil uprising. That's a bit much for just guarding VIPs. What shall we do? Canone? Forget it. Happens all the time in a place like this. Leave them be. No one's using that storage room anyway. But they're mages, and likely skilled ones at that. Good grief. No. Wait. It's the school badge of the Imperial Magic Academy. It might belong to one of them. Some of the guests are noble apprentices at the magic schools. That would explain them being mages. Is that your guess? Or that's what they want us to think. Why don't we just ask them directly? Do you think we can? Worst case would be barging in a couple of lovers. And you, my righteous colleague, would embarrass a noble here for the ceremony. They'll have you working as a gatekeeper way up north in Caston, where you'll spend your days staring at an empty snowfield for the next 10 years. Would you like to go there with me, New? Sounds too cold for a vacation. Yeah, I think we're okay. So let me go, would you? She's loving this. Calm down. I just went with the flow. Anyway, let's get to the letter and get out of here. The authorities won't bother nobles without a good reason. They'd rather save their own skins, no matter how suspicious they are. Corruption, nice. But that doesn't apply to the Magic Special Forces. Oh, wait. They're perceptive, and on top of that, they tend to enjoy fighting a little too much. Uble is right in there. Kanane, yeah. We don't have to worry about our vacations anymore, do we? Oh, the pin is bent. They know they stole it. Shit, they are perceptive. Oh my god. But too late. Too late. My guy is gone. Find them. They couldn't have gone far. I'll investigate. I'm curious what they were doing here. They're not done at all. Oh? Oh, here's... Oh. Bro, Frieren and Calais, this shit might be the most adorable thing ever. A magic item that lets you hear sounds at a distance. Is this legit? I can't really tell. Don't matter. Adorable. Mistress Frieren were on patrol. But not again. I don't sense any mana from it. So this is probably a fake. What is it? It works. Creepy. What a heartwarming sight, your Yeah, Kabbalist, I agree. Like, Land, bro. I would not want to be in Land's position, man. I wouldn't know how to act around Uble. She's scared the fuck out of me. They seem completely at ease. But, oh. But it's strange. So this guy is hunting Frieren. I also feel like they're telling me to come out of hiding and show myself. Oh, bro. Okay. For any of you guys that have seen the new Avatar film, this panel of Frieren just staring down the guy looking at her through the binoculars is giving such Varang when she spots Lyle with the sniper just in the distance first try. She saw me. She's powerful. Do you think it might interfere with the plan? I feel like I've just missed something, bro. So they are hunting Siri. I don't fucking know. I'm sorry. What do you think? A minor problem compared to the important goal of assassinating Siri. So this dude is a shadow warrior. So that means Siri was also on that list. Okay. You're not careful enough, old man. Keep the change. We shadow warriors have our own way of fighting. There is no need for virtue in a profession that will leave no mark in history. Like the ghost of a great warrior, I must abandon pride and honor to seize victory. This is a... The pacing for this arc seems pretty quickish. Quick for Frieren anyway, which is interesting considering I was expecting... Considering it's not even like close... Well, I don't know how close it is to being finished actually, so maybe I can't speak it. Yo, what's good? The comments. Yo, Mohammed. Welcome. You always watch the videos after? Thanks, my guy. You've caught up to the live of the perfect one. This should hopefully be the finale. It depends, right? It depends on how long these chapters actually end up taking. Because like I said, the whole reason I pulled the stream forward a few hours today is because for whatever reason, I feel a bit tired. And I was like, because I was originally going to stream at 9 or 8 p.m. my time. So like 2-3 hours. I thought, I ain't going to make it that far. I'm going to crash. But I got my game subs to power me through. Where are we? There is nobody around. We're near the old Imperial Square. The whole neighborhood is off limits due to redistricting? I don't think I've ever seen that word before. Also, there should be I want to say the first Frieren video is going out soon in the next week or so, I want to say. Yusuf's been working on one in the background. And then after this stream, I'm going to hop on to the Frieren x Himmel love story one, because that's the one I'm so excited to do. The Frieren and Himmel love story is my favorite part of this whole story. Maybe we're cornered. Not maybe. We are cornered. I don't know if we can get away from them. Well, Four Eyes, I know you're a cautious type, and that you're trying to ensure my escape. Is that so? Then add another fact about me to your notes. I can't stand chit-chat. Four Eyes, you do... Pardon? Do you not get that I'm trying to shut you up? I'm not from the Empire, so I'm not very familiar with the magic special forces, okay? Educate me about them. Okay, nice little bit of exposition coming, I hope. Otherwise, I can't appreciate why you fear them so much. The magic special forces are an imperial unit consisting of mages. In simple words, please. They're basically a group of the most powerful mages in the Empire. Why do first-class mages like us need to be afraid of them? It's no exaggeration to say that first-class mages are the most powerful mages in the Empire. No, on the entire continent. But first-class mages are just mages. That already places us at a disadvantage against them. Oh, that's insane, actually. Damn. The Empire has always put magic to active military use. In other words, it means they have many mages who specialize in warfare. They're capable of destroying an entire nation, and I don't mean that just figuratively. Interesting. If they ever started a rebellion, there would be chaos. Shadow warriors. Court of the Sacred Staff. Who are you? Obviously, this is the eye patch dude. Who's this elf? Who? Chat, without spoiling, am I meant to know who this elf is? I guess you can't really tell me without spoiling. Because obviously, it's obviously not Siri, and any of them that we've... Okay. There are rumours about secret units dedicated to countering the mages in order to prevent rebellions. Ooh, okay. A new character hype moment, maybe. Among them, the one that is officially acknowledged by the Empire and in charge of counter-insurgency is the Magic Special Forces. These are the dudes chasing them down right now. So their public visibility acts as a deterrent, huh? It may be more accurate to say that having an organization that can deal with mages openly was a strategic decision. Oh, pardon, see, a bit tired tonight. Was a strategic decision for the Empire. The Magic Special Forces play a role in national defense. Potential threats have always have mages on their side. Whether against internal strife or wars, whether the target's a human or demon, the Magic Special Forces are a pack of hounds who excel at hunting mages. It sounds like you got a personal grudge. What makes you say that? You describe them from the perspective of prey. Is that his grandmother? Because that's what we are. They're chasing us as we speak. This arc makes you like land. I'm very excited to see. I mean, I hadn't even bless him, man. I hadn't even thought that I might come to like land more. I was too focused on the Uble hype. But have I watched Frieren before? I've seen a few episodes of the anime, but I've been reading the manga. Damn. Four Eyes, you alive? We're going to see Uble go all out. Mana-driven telekinesis. It's a standard attack that uses mass. I'm curious about the scale too, but how did he do that so fast? Four Eyes couldn't react to it, even though he's highly proficient in mana detection. Even I only noticed it after the impact, so it doesn't seem like some simple spell. No mercy. You've got the wrong idea about me. I've given you two plenty of opportunities to surrender, yet you chose to ignore them. So that's what those annoying mana signals were for. Four Eyes, You need to tell me important things like this in advance. I see you're not from the Empire. Good to know. In that case, let me be clear. Surrender, or I will be using force to bring you down. Seriously, you okay, Four Eyes? Got bad news, Mohammed. Land's down, bro. No response. Did he run off? Alright then, guess I'm free to do as I want. Well, aren't you the bloodthirsty one? You're the first to fight back in a while. You give me no choice but to subdue you. Something doesn't feel right. Yeah, I need land to come in and aura farm. That would be much appreciated right now. I don't know why, but his manner is not aligned with the way things are moving. That must be why Four Eyes misjudged the timing of the impact. Is it the woman doing this? But I can handle this fight easily as long as I rely on my eyes rather than mana detection to dodge his attacks. I can't identify his magic speciality. Is this a bluff? Is this like a little like two-man tactic where the woman he was with hides, uses her mana telekinesis to lob shit at the other person, and then bro's gonna use his actual magic? There's my balls deep prediction, right? I'm curious to know what it is, but it'll be too late by the time I solve the mystery. That's my hunch. Guess I'll finish you before I find out. Spell of Binding. I can't control my mana. What a... Okay, so it is. What a load of shit I was chatting. I can't control my mana. What a powerful restraining spell. How does it work? How do you think? Now I can move, which means he counted it. He shouldn't have been able to use magic. I see. I think the way it works is that you need to keep your target in sight or capture it by detecting its mana. Either one. I've got it narrowed down. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter now that I've figured out this much. I can't see. He even disabled my mana detection. Not bad. What on earth did you do to me? What? There's another one hiding somewhere, right? It'll make my work easier if he comes to save you. Nah, he would do that. You think I went wild on you for no reason? He's gone already. He was terrified of you guys. What kind of awful things have you done to people? You buying time didn't help. He's still nearby, probably waiting for an opportunity to attack. So he hasn't run away yet. I wish he would. Off goes the hat. Well, Four Eyes is timid and he's a jerk, but he actually hates abandoning people. Wait, what? See, she grabbed his tie and his wand. You really are twisted, Four Eyes. What a creep. You surprise me. You can't see, and yet... Yeah, that's actually insane. She can't see. Now, Four Eyes. Now's your chance. You should be able to put a hole in his head easily. I really don't like saying things that make me sound like a villain, but... Come out of hiding right now and surrender. You make one wrong move and I'll kill her. If you've been observing this battlefield, I'm sure you knew who'd win from the beginning. It's too late to do anything. She's going to die because of you. I'll count to 3. Four Eyes. Uble. I'm sorry, but I can't take that risk. Please, get in. What was this the little sparks that he uses? Cleaning this mess up won't be easy. Commander Canon's gone. going to be upset. He won't be mad as long as we do our jobs. Not a scratch on the street lamps. I'm curious about that mage's baseline. Veg, do you think you can cut through solid rock? Not sure, but we had a stone quarry in my hometown. I wonder if she's seen something similar. Please don't throw a fit in there. Even I can't destroy this carriage. It's made of steel, as are the ropes around your wrist. That was good of you. Did you hear? They're made of steel. Uble, what do these look like to you? What do they look like to you? Oh shit, yeah. You're still blind? They're ropes. Can't you tell how they feel? I forgot that option. I knew it. This really is you. It takes time to create a clone. I wasn't expecting to suddenly be crushed under a building. Right. Why didn't you shoot him? We almost had him. Almost had him? That is your take on it? That guy was serious about killing you. Yeah. And you were okay with sacrificing your life to take him down. Whether it's your life or someone else's, it doesn't matter to you. I don't get why you treat life so lightly. If you hadn't decided to fight, we could have never escaped. We could have escaped together. Hey, Four Eyes. You don't want me to die after all, do you? I should have taken that shot. Alright, give me 1 second, chat. I'm going to switch my desk to stand-up mode so that I don't to balance out my my tiredness. Ugh. Been working on some scripts today. So, how are we doing, chat? Maybe because we didn't see much of what land can do. Yeah, that's a good point. That's probably why I was more intrigued to see Uble, because she made such an impact before, right, in the exams. But that's a good point. I didn't think of it that this is now Land's time to shine. And he's shone. I mean, that movie did, like, when the reveal of him using a clone throughout the entire Magic exams was one of the biggest aura-farming moments in all of Frieren. Like, there is no other way to put it than that. Alright, chat, we're nearly up. That little spark is something? Yeah. Yeah. See you, Karuti. Yo, Pixel King. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Should be stood up now. She's looking like Arasa. Yeah. That's true, actually. Need to catch up to Sakamoto. I'm quite a bit behind. I haven't read the manga since season 1. I mean, like, since season 1 aired. Not from season 1 onwards. I can't remember what was happening last time I read Sakamoto Days. But I need to catch up. Oh, God. Come on, GameSups. Power me through this. Give me the energy I need to catch up to peak. Okay, so now I'm 129. Here we go, chat. Woo. The end of Frieren. I can smell it. The shadow of the Empire. Land and Uble haven't returned? We found evidence of a fight at the Imperial Square. Apparently the Magic Special Forces intervened. What are they doing in the Imperial capital? We don't know yet. Also, chat, because I'm gonna be an advocate. I'm gonna be. I use it put it in a bottle of water rather than shake it. But seriously, check out GameSubs, by the way. Use code AVD. Whew. I'm needing it tonight. I don't know what's up with me, but I've been so tired last few days. Been grinding too hard on scripts. This doesn't match Lineal's report. The Magic Special Forces should be handling border security as they have in the past. They don't have the resources to spare for a national holiday like the Foundation Day Festival. So, the Special Forces shouldn't have been able to act. That was why we decided to exchange information in such a manner. Perhaps they're here for a reason? National security in the Imperial capital? No matter. It's highly likely that Land and Uble were taken into custody. I'll go bail them out. That might give me a chance to show Uble what a veteran can do. You care about nonsense like that? You know it won't go peacefully, right? The Magic Special Forces really resent you. They know your face. They resent me, huh? I'm offended. Unlike them, I've never killed a single person. Besides, at this point, I think Lineal will take matters into her own hands. Let's wait a little longer. We should avoid making waves for the next 3 days until Mistress Siri arrives. Lineal should be able to privately... I doubt it. She hates anything troublesome. She'll choose to save her own skin if push comes to shove. She's always been like that. That's what you get for spending 15 years in the Imperial capital, I guess. She'd learn their ways. Are you two still at each other's throats? I'll shred her to pieces next time I see her. Is she using her hair to punch? For now, let's just wait. I wish they'd stop beating each other up every time they met. And these are the bear ears. We even have bunny ones. Bunny Fern? Shit. I read Sakamoto only for when they captured the order. I don't... Oh no, I know where I was reading. It was in a flashback with... I forgot the guy's name. The main character. Not Sakamoto. The telekinetic dude. It was his backstory with his father, I want to say. That was when I last read Sakamoto. Yeah, last read Sakamoto. And it was really good, but then I missed a few weeks. And then everyone online is being like, yeah, Sakamoto fell off. So I haven't read it for a long time. But I will do at some point. These seem to be sold out everywhere. They must be popular. Mrs. Frieren, I told you we're on patrol, said the one with bunny ears on it. Please take this seriously. I understand you're reluctant about this mission. I'm trying to look nonchalant. Nonchalant Frieren? Crazy. It feels like someone's been watching us ever since we got here. But my manor detection says otherwise. It is very ominous. I feel like I'm in the middle of enemy territory. You've read more than me? Okay. Will we make a video on Sakamoto? I think when season 2 is Sakamoto, right? I think we do have a video planned for Sakamoto, going over all of Sakamoto's story, a big video on that, which we were going to post in season 1. I mean, it's never got round to it. So I think we'll probably post that in season 2. Yo, what's good? Oh, I'm gonna mispronounce your name. I apologize. What's good? Prejit Thaft. That's wrong. Prejit Haft. Oh, I'm so bad. The most dyslexic guy on the planet, bro. Well, it doesn't seem like they plan on making a move anytime soon. All we can do is keep probing, I guess. Another statue of Flam. We've seen quite a few already. She's the founder of humanity's magic, and the hero who bestowed its wisdom on the Empire a millennium ago. The Empire would never have prospered without Flam the Great Mage. The Foundation Day Festival also commemorates my master's accomplishments. Are those decorations magical as well? Very pretty. Isn't it fun to observe various kinds of spells we normally don't see? It sure is. In this land, magic is an everyday thing. Many people can use magic even if they aren't mages. That makes it evolve faster, and unusual spells are created more frequently. Most are simple folk magic spells though. This sounds like heaven for Frieren. She loves all those random ass spells. Still, magic is so deeply ingrained here that it's part of a daily life for everyone, even children. We live in an era where anyone can use magic. Damn, Black Clover prequel? This country is the closest thing to what my master dreamed of. It's amazing. There really are so many different kinds of spells. It's cold. I don't think 3 people can fit under that blanket. I wonder how they're planning to assassinate Siri. Plans are not made unless there's a possibility that they'll succeed. There is someone out there who can imagine Siri's death. Who? I want to know how much strength they possess and how much force they can command. Perhaps the thing that becomes Siri's enemy is the Empire magic civilization itself. I've seen so many things change. The way my master looks has changed. Yeah, that's true. Shit, that is true actually. That when you deep it, Frieren has to rely on her memory for how Flam be looking, because these statues are like there was that one statue where they turned her into a man, bro. Poor woman. Counterfeit grimoires began circling. People even told me that Flam was just a fairy tale. I could have laughed it off, thinking that's just how it is, but this time it's not very funny. Good grief. I wish they hadn't dragged me into a mission like this. Siri isn't acting like herself. I can't believe she would gather her apprentices to be her bodyguards. I wonder if there's something making her cautious. Nah, I'm overthinking this. She wants to see the evolution of magic in any form. She probably thinks this is a chance for her apprentices to gain experience in a real fight. Sorry, you must be cold. Yeah, they're together, bro. Look at them, yeah. They're fine. Leave them be free. Let's go around one more time and head back to our base. Call me. Alright, we'll stick with Pre because yeah, I can't. Yo, what's good, Blue Lock Edits? Now that's a name that I can read. My dyslexic ass ain't gonna get confused by that one. I need to close the bar soon. Barkeep, let me stay a little longer. You should have come earlier if you wanted to stay for a while. Anyway, you've had enough. You've been drinking since late afternoon. I was on duty till then. Even on National Foundation Day? Mercenary work must be tough. Yep, so just one last drink, please. Hit me with a question, Brie. Fire away. Haven't you had too much? That is none of your business. Even the goddess has no right to take away my quiet time after work. Well, I do have that right. You haven't paid the tab. Go home after you finish that one. Excuse me, miss. May I ask you for directions? Huh, sure, if I can help. We see a lot of noblemen like you around this time of year. Come closer. Shadow Warrior, a mission for you. Inform everyone. Burn it after you've read it. She's a Shadow Warrior? Also, enjoy your drinking in moderation. You'll lose your touch with the blade. Give me a break, master. My hands are too shaky to hold a sword unless I drink. It was my mistake to ask a drunk for directions. Leave it to me. The Imperial capital is our playground. And may I ask how I should address you now that I work for you, sir? For I believe you have a name and status that have allowed you to accomplish your mission for many years. We will introduce ourselves too. I am Governor General of the Lawbeer Domain, located in the northernmost part of the Empire. My name is Lao. I didn't realize you were a Governor General. Excuse my rudeness earlier. My name is Shrit. I'm just a humble mercenary. A mission? I don't know, I might be rusty. Oh, so this dude's a Shadow Warrior too? Oh, it was all part of a... The Shadow Warriors are actually really cool. I hadn't considered the fact that that little like mini 6-chapter arc from the end of last stream before this. I hadn't considered that how big the Shadow Warriors might end up actually being. I don't know. I might be rusty. Oh please. You've killed more than any of us. Iris. Routine? Well, that's a name. Clematis. Law. Werlos. Man, these names. Spare change? Go away, you old fart. You're disturbing my business. I know. That's why I'm here. You stupid old goat. A job, huh? What a pain. Gazelle. These names, bro. What the fuck? By the way, Mistress Frieren. What? Are you shopping around for magic items like this to make the enemy let their guard down? That's right. Frieren makes such a good ship. Fern X Stark video. A Fern X Stark video is also on my list of like things I kind of want to do. I think I'm going to do the Frieren X Himmel one. See how I find that. And then obviously seeing how that performs, might do Fern and Stark if there's enough content, because early in the story there's a lot of content with Fern and Stark, but it's been quieter, their love story. It's a lot slower paced than Frieren and Himmel's. Why did you guys name your YouTube account Anime Balls Deep? So, I mean, I don't know the full story because I only joined like... Oh, we're in 2026 now, so I joined like 5 years ago. Yeah, I only joined like 5 years ago, and ABD's like a lot older than that. Landex Uble? Man, I'd like... Maybe... I mean, Landex Uble, there is definitely not enough content for a full video on that. But maybe if I figure a way to like include Landex Uble and Fern and Stark in a video, maybe between the two of them, then there's enough for like a video. It's awfully noisy for the first thing in the morning, don't you think? In the Imperial capital this time of year, it's the Founding Day Festival. I know. It's quite nice to not have to make an appearance at such troublesome public events anymore. I've never seen you at an interrogation before. What's your name? Canone. Oh, this is her? I'm a member of the Magic Special Forces. By the looks of that insignia, you're a vice captain, I'm getting the royal treatment today. Am I being considered a traitor now? Lord Gluck. All it takes are 3 words. Just say, mucked, deceived me. What? My favourite arc in Frieren is returning, is relevant again? If we find that you were conspiring with demons, His Majesty the Emperor will have no choice but to pass a severe sentence. So, are we sentenced to death like the other nobles then? I'm afraid so. His Majesty wants to reward those who worked so hard to cleanse the fortress city of vice, of corruption and depravity. Do you think I wasn't fully prepared to go to the depths of hell for what I did? If a death sentence awaits me, then make it grand. Evil deeds should be punished after all. But remember that I am not the only one responsible for our achievements. It was a joint effort with Macht. I know. I'm aware of that, Lord Gluck. So please. Who put you up to this? Was it Denkin? The Imperial Mage, Denkin? No, it can't be him. He knows I despise corruption and depravity. In that case, your master must be someone else. Someone who has a vested interest in Denkin's actions, for better or worse. Ah, I see. That is why my interrogation has been postponed until the Founding Day Festival, isn't it? I've been caught up a political struggle. So what are you trying to make Denkin do by holding me prisoner? Or perhaps it's the opposite. Maybe there's something you hope to keep Denkin from doing. Well, no matter. It's not as if I have a choice anyway. So, do as you please. Would you like one, Lord Gluck? Though I'm not sure if they're up to your standards. How considerate. I wasn't trying to ask for anything. You don't look like the type to smoke. The captain enjoys it, so I carry them around with me. I see. I believe I've smelled this type of cigarette before. Very recently. Well, you wouldn't think it recent. It was more than 50 years ago after all. Who is the captain of the Magic Special Forces these days? I see. Frasser? In that case, it would make sense if she were your master as well. So that little girl's captain now, is she? Time really marches on, doesn't it? Oh, is this her? I believe we should kill her right here. Oh, this is... Oh, Mac. This is the first time you've ever proposed killing someone. It's only an inspection. All we have to do is throw up a smokescreen and we'll be fine. So perhaps you don't trust me. She could destroy the entire fortress city of Vice. She's way too powerful to be an ordinary envoy. There must be something meaner, some other meaning behind this. A charge of treason, perhaps. Maybe that wouldn't be so bad. This is no time for jokes. Lord Gluck, I could take her out. Please give me permission to engage. You don't understand politics at all. We cannot survive if we make an enemy out of the Empire. I shall destroy any enemy who opposes Vice. Wonderful. That sounds amusing. But let's just hope it doesn't come to that. In the end, I chose the tedious option of sounding out her true intentions. She was an incredibly troublesome and difficult villain to deal with. I regret that decision now. If I had known things would turn out like this, I would have had Mac kill her back then. And now, you're being dragged into the schemes of that sly vixen. It must be very stressful for you. I'd be happy to offer you some advice if you'll let me. I appreciate the offer, but I'll pass. Lord Gluck, my report will state that there were extenuating circumstances. If you'd like to atone for your crimes, then you should live out your days fulfilling your duties as Lord of the Fortress City of Vice for the sake of its people. That is what the Emperor wishes. Hell can come later. There is no need to rush toward it now. And if peace in Vice truly is due to the efforts of both of you, then... What do you know anyway? Forgive me, I overstepped. I don't know what you're all up to in the capital. I have a reserved seat in hell. I just hope you lot won't be taking it. Denkin, I've already received the report. Await judgment in Vice, huh? That's awfully lenient. My father-in-law was hoping for a just punishment. You shouldn't have meddled. He will be transported to the fortress city of Vice at noon, and I'm to go with him. If there's one good thing that came out of this, at least I don't have to show my face in public. It is incredibly troublesome. Lord Gluck said something similar. What are you plotting? You should ask Captain Frace that question. I'm asking you because I can't rein her in anymore. Tell me the details of your mission, the mission that was given to you. With all due respect, that would be beyond my authority. Beyond your authority? That is an interesting answer. Does it pertain to confidential information within the Magic Special Forces? Or, Canon, a report came in. You're being rude to Lord Denkin, new. It can wait. But the two mages have been apprehended. Please, excuse me, Lord Denkin. I must return to headquarters. Something urgent has come up. Please, take care. You should be concerned for Lord Gluck's welfare. Ooh. The folks in the capital and the Continental Magic Association are just doing whatever they please without telling me, even me, first. Well, considering my position, I can't expect either side to trust me. I'll just continue laying the groundwork. Hopefully I can return home soon. Morning, Fern. Shall we keep looking for magical items? Should we get back to patrolling today? Wait. Yeah, whoa, hang on a minute. Yeah, you're up early, Frieren. And you're dressed. Your hair's done. Don't tell me you've already eaten breakfast. That I haven't done. What's this? Mistress Frieren woke up early. Is that supposed to be... Oh, she's trying to get it up on Siri. I see. Not... This is Siri, right? No. It's the... What's her name? Escapes me. Fuck. It's unthinkable. Some huge catastrophe will probably happen tomorrow. Yo, what's good? Oh god, another name I'm gonna butcher. What's good? Mad have Sai. Alright, I need to learn how to speak or read. That'd be a good start. I'm reading this on the official Viz website. Is there a light novel for Frieren? Sensei, that's the... I'm lagging. Give it a refresh. Otherwise, I don't know. It says it's fine on my end. I don't know if there's a Frieren light novel, but Frieren strikes me as the kind of series that would do quite well in novel format. I don't know why I get that vibe. But if you release Frieren as a book, an actual novel as well, I think it'd be just as good. Ooh. Show me your hands. Good. It would be pointless to resist. You heard her. Do I look like I'm in any condition to resist? Nothing's changed. Oh, she's still blind. I can't see, nor can I detect magic. There are no signs that my mental defenses have been penetrated. But it doesn't seem like I've truly lost my vision. I think my eyes are still working. I just can't make use of them. Something like that. Meaning the control of mana within my body has been disrupted. That would explain why my mana detection is not working. I'm going to sneeze. In other words, I'm under the effects of a spell that limits a portion of my senses. Oh, it's the same as that material manipulation. It's a powerful application of basic magic. The spell itself doesn't feel all that unique, but how did he do it? Alright, so is he using that like little vial to amplify his abilities? No point in wondering about it. I'll have Four Eyes handle it later. Yeah, there's 3 little sparks. Or not. Maybe it's not that complicated, meaning I knew it. I can't use magic. I don't know the mechanism behind it, but there's no doubt that the effect is originating from this rope. I've been looking for a chance to escape, but without my ability to use magic, there's only so much I can do. Even if Uble thinks this rope can be cut, she can't use her real Sidin spell. So it makes no difference. Wait, it's originating from this rope? During the level 1 test, Uble defeated Sensei's duplicates. She ignored the originating effects of Sensei's hair, which were multiple layers of defensive techniques, and cut through them all using real siding. It's a concentration of deadly intent that's harder and more durable than defensive magic, and sharper and has more density than Zoltrak. And Uble was able to cut through it like normal hair, meaning that this too... No, the casual relationship makes no sense. After all, I can't use magic. Even if she could ignore even that, I can't figure out the principle behind this. Thinking about that won't accomplish anything. Okay, I'm interested how they're going to get out of this. Because I thought maybe Land was onto something there. But now he's shot himself down. Uble, can you use your magic? Why do you ask? No, you don't have to explain. Hold out your hand. Bro is cooking. There is your answer. Oh shit, I've only just noticed as well, like, the light in her eyes is like fully... Bro, Viz's website is so ass right sometimes. Can't zoom in. The full light of her eyes is gone. It's easy to be affected by a spell that has no form, but magic that takes physical form can be distorted and resisted based on how one imagines it. So where do you draw the line? What rules does it follow? I can't really conceive the principles behind it, but then again, dwelling on it is pointless. I'm sure she doesn't understand the rules either. Uble kind of busted, you know. She kind of built different. New, you're an idiot. Though, I'm aware of how foolish I am. I heard you reduced the area around the old Imperial Square to a mountain of rubble. I thought that whole area was scheduled to be demolished anyway. Even assuming you destroyed it in her stead, are you planning on reporting that to Captain Frace? Canon, let's report it together. No way. You can get chewed out on your own. Anyway, seems you went on quite the rampage. That's not like you. If they weren't willing to surrender, and there was the potential for a confrontation, you should have waited for me. That's usually what you would have done. I decided that if I didn't apprehend them there and then, they'd be in danger. There'd be a danger. I deemed one of them in particular would become a considerable threat. A threat? It was her fighting style, or perhaps more her sensibility. It reminded me of Captain Frace. Ooh. So Four Eyes. Where are we? The top of the tower. Pretty high up. I see. No, you don't. And over here? What's at the bottom of this? A sheer cliff. And below that, I can hear the din of crowd. A marketplace. Like, you know, typical like action Hollywood film, jump onto the top of the market stalls. Impressive, Four Eyes. Your magic detection has some range. I'm surprised you can hear the hustle and bustle of the city at this distance. Anyway, let's get out of here. Being careful not to let any rubble fall. I wonder why I can't sense them. For now, I'll buy us some time. You watch for an opening to escape. Thank you for... I apologize for the stream. Am I reading Itchy the Witch yet? I'm not, actually. That might be one to read on stream at some point, actually. Do I read novels? Sometimes. I'm not against reading novels. I read some novels for the movie channel recently, some Predator novels for a video. I don't usually read many novels, though. But not because I dislike them. I was reading the Jurassic Park novel. In fact, I don't know where it's gone. I was reading the original Jurassic Park novel. Oh, what am I about? And then, even more recently for a video, I read this Death Note novel. This is actually really good. This is canon. It's a Death Note prequel, essentially. So yeah, I do read some novels. Sid is a big novel reader. Well, He's a big novel audiobook listener. I can't do audiobooks for whatever reason. Maybe it's because I don't use a good enough platform for audiobooks, but I don't know. I prefer reading them. I do want to try the Dune books. I do think they will be on my list at some point. I would like to try them. Because, I mean, it's a bit of a hot take. I'm not a big fan of Dune 1. I'm on about the films, the recent film adaptations. I wasn't a big fan of Dune 1. I thought it was quite boring. But I appreciate that it makes Dune 2 a better film, and Dune 2 is fantastic. And I cannot wait for Dune 3. So I might check out the books. Again, Sid is a big book novel guy. He's read all the Dune books. Obviously, a lot of the isekai we cover on the channel, like Slime. He is all up to date on all their novels. He's locked in for novels. Do I have mangas? Yeah, of course. I don't have loads. Because I read most of my manga digitally now. Well, I always have, but when I was younger, I used to collect a lot of the volumes of my favorite stories. But now if I buy manga, I try and buy like the specials. Like I would love to get all the deluxe editions of Berserk, but that's a lot of money. Here they are. I'll confess to everything, so please at least let me go. I don't care what happens to the girl. You shouldn't say things like that. They're fake restraints. You risked your life for her. You're going to put her off. She threatened me. I've done nothing wrong. Wait, what? Do kids these days so easily sell out their teammates? I appreciate you talking to me, but... I'm sorry, Canon. I blew it. It's a clone. We're one short. It's a cloning spell. When did he make the switch? He was real when I caught him. I'll go look for him. Now then, you can do whatever you like to that rope. Why don't you try cutting it? You're good at hiding your magic. Deceiving you is pretty impressive. Don't move. I take issue with this approach. Even if I did allow you to escape, I'd have to tell the higher-ups that I fought with every ounce of my strength. If I get taken hostage and you get away, I'll be charged with dereliction of duty and marked for elimination. Do you understand? Now that it's come to this, I have no choice but to fight to the death. Pardon? We should avoid complicating things for both of us. Drop your spear and then... Oh, look at that face on her. How about this? So when he was like, let's try and like get any rubble on the ground. What are you doing? There's a market town below. Shouldn't you safely lower all this rubble to the ground before the people down there notice? Otherwise, who knows how many will die? If you're worried about dereliction of duty, you can just say that you prioritized saving lives. Good idea. That is what I'll do. You scum, get out of it. Damn. That is big brain. I'm not fond of doing things that way. I know. I'll be careful next time. I'll go after them. Don't, Veg. If they did something similar in the city, it'd be too much to handle. Tell New to not get involved either. You mean to let them go? We'll let them divulge all the information they want. Then we can deal with this all at once. You prefer Dune 1 to Dune 2. Interesting, but the books are better. Yeah, Sid has said that the ones that his sons make aren't as good. That's what I've heard a lot of people saying as well. Which anime do you think should win Anime of the Year this year? Brother! My guy, we are 10 days in. We are 10 days into 2026. Give me a chance to watch an anime first. But I see, what's, there's that one that everyone's glazing. But it also has been like massive controversy because like one of the main characters or whatever is like a lolly and they covered her up, and so everyone's crashing out on Twitter for whatever reason. I forgot what that anime is called, but I want to check that out. Everyone's saying that's really good, and everyone's saying the new Fate series is good, but I've never watched any Fate, so I feel like I need to get into Fate. 10 days in JJK 1. I haven't watched JJK yet. I'm gonna probably I'll probably wait till the entire season of JJK is finished, and then because I've got a friend who's an anime only, so what I'll probably do is like get him around, and then I'll binge it all with him so that I can see his reactions to everything as well. Sentenced to be a Hero. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Everyone said Sentenced to be a Hero episode is really good, so I'll probably check that out. That's another one which is novels, I think, and I know Sid is ahead on the novels. ReZero is another one. Sid on the novels. When it comes to like all these anime that are novel adaptations rather than manga, bro, Sid is built different. I don't know how he catches up to them so quickly. If I remember correctly, it should be around here. Can you two wait? On second thought, come with me, Stark. What do you need me for? Just follow me. Hello? Anything you're looking for? Could this really be from the Unified Empire era? Ah, you have good eyes. That comes with a certificate of authenticity. I can give you a good price on it. A limited time offer. How about this much? That's half of what I'm asking. Really, miss? I can't do that. Come on, help me negotiate, Stark. Am I here with you because you wanted me to look intimidating whilst you haggle? No can do. How about this? You're a savvy shopper. I could learn something from you. What's the matter? Nothing. Why is she freeze like that? What's she do? And so I purchased this. Are you impressed with my bargaining skills? It's a fake. More junk for the collection. You'd like to return it? Didn't you just borrow this a few days ago? I have an urgent matter to attend to. Visiting my hometown, you could say. That will be a long journey then. Please, take care. A long journey, huh? Routine, I've never told you that I'm from Vice. Oh, no? I must have overheard someone mention it. My apologies if I made you feel uncomfortable. No, it's fine, it happens. This is one of my favourite tropes in all stories, bro. When someone lets slip. What a trope. I also happened to overhear someone's conversation about you. I heard you're from Lawbeer, and that you went on quite the rampage during the war up north, and that you're into fortune telling. Tell me, did your fortune say something nice about the future this morning? It was supposed to be an ordinary day, but that was just proven wrong. The coin, look at the coin. Yeah, I know, she infused magic with the coin? I heard you're heading to Vice. Duncan, I'd like to ask you something. Before you leave the Imperial capital, a plot to assassinate Siri? I know nothing about it. That's what I thought you'd say. It's the truth. Why would anyone tell someone like me about it? Someone with the status of a first-class mage and a pivotal figure in the Empire. It's the same reason the Continental Magic Association didn't inform me about the mission. Although I now serve as a bridge between the Empire and the Continental Magic Association, it also means we're no longer on close enough terms to share any nefarious schemes. That's my position in the Empire now. But I've never once regretted becoming a first-class mage. Without that status, I couldn't have regained what I lost a long time ago. I'm sorry that I couldn't trust you, Denkin. No need to apologise. If the roles were reversed, I'm certain that I wouldn't have trusted you either. Anyway, I know there's more you want to ask me about. What do you want for dessert? I'll help you. It'll help you calm down. It's not a good idea for others to see us looking uneasy together. What's going on? The thing is, she is a handful. Frieren, even a connoisseur can make mistakes from time to time. Personally, I think junk has its own unique charm. Actually, this is a lovely vase. It can at least add a nice colour to the interior. Shut up. Also, don't touch it. You have the stench of blood in your hair. Huh? That can't be. I wash my hair carefully and it has a sweet scent. What on earth is her problem? I can't remember it ever being so unreasonable. You're witnessing Mistress Frieren raging and lashing out. It only happens once in a decade. This is also only the second time I've seen her like this. Her words cut like knives. In the state she's in, she could kill someone. It's best not to provoke her. Then what are we supposed to do? Well, according to Master Heiter, there's no need to worry. She'll be back to her normal self in 10 minutes or so. That's a short time to rage, considering it only happens once in a decade. But, as she said, I've certainly fought enough for it to smell like blood. But that's only a figure of speech. It doesn't really smell like blood, does it? It has a sweet scent to it. It smells delicious. I see the apprentice is as weird as the master. Alright. Fern, Stark, come with me. We'll go return it. It seems she's back to normal. Frieren, are you aware that you're still on duty? I told you I'm not part of this. But, well, there's something I'd like to check out. So I'll investigate on the way. Good. Everyone's here now. Let's go over the mission one last time. Shrit, Wolf, Iris, Routine, Clematis, Law, Verlos, Gazelle. Shrit, one of us is missing. Master Lau said he'd leave us to eliminate the intruders whilst he goes off on his own. So even though he's not here, not him, our blacksmith isn't here. Your brother is absent. Oh, I totally forgot. I'll contact him later. There's the worry that this is the secret weapon in it for Siri. I mean, that's a warrior if I've ever seen one. You drunk. The only thing we can trust is your skill with a sword. Well, I guess that, to be fair, they're all warriors actually, aren't they? But I know an important character when I see one. I know a Chekhov's gun. I know something that's going to move the plot forward when I see it. Yo, what's up, Pre? Silver coins. Okay, so I'm going to get my answers to what she was doing with these coins in. Upon Commander Lau officially assuming his new post, I have created a list for this mission. As usual, I wrote it in a way that even a child can comprehend. Memorize it all. Hear that? He said we're the same as little kids. No need to thank me, Iris. It was good practice for creating teaching materials for the orphanage. Our role is to distract Seri's bodyguards and dispose of them during her assassination. I see there are 7 of them. One of them is Frieren, the mage from the party of heroes, and even Sensei is amongst them. We're up against formidable enemies. What's the worst and best anime I've watched? I'll tell you one, an anime I did watch today, actually, which I thought was really overhyped. It was that new film, 100 Meters. That weren't for me. That film was not for me. And as for best, I mean, these are films, so like I'm kind of cheating a bit, but I remember seeing in cinemas the first Slam Dunk a couple of years ago. Because the only reason I'm mentioning those two is because they're both, anime sport films. And watching 100 Meters this morning just made me remember how incredible the first Slam Dunk is. If you guys haven't seen the first Slam Dunk movie, check it out, man. It's such. It's not even one of the best anime films I saw that year. I think it was 2024 it came out. It was just full stop one of the best films I saw that year. So good. Yo, what's good? Ishita Mishra? Ishita? I've watched Mighty Supreme. I thought it was alright. I thought it was a bit overhyped. I was like, it's fine. It was a fine film. It was, but I didn't think it was like this incredible piece of cinema that everyone else was saying. Although Timothée Chalamet did act his ass off. Crazy performance from him. Verlos, you seem to know a lot about her. No, I just recall seeing her name on an old list for another mission that fell through. That was the list that the other dude had. It was during the turmoil caused by the late Emperor's succession dispute. I assume, anyway. Several commanding officers lost their positions, and those operations vanished into thin air right along with them. I just remembered, that's all. And don't pry into it. Mysterious men are more attractive that way. Frieren and Stark. I met them this morning. They came to my shop. Oh, so... Okay, so that's why Frieren infused the coins with the magic so that she could track this dude? Is that what it is? Thank goodness it was before I saw this list. I'd have been executed for desertion in the face of the enemy. Hey, so did they look strong? I wouldn't be standing here if I challenged them. The warrior is too much trouble. Without you or Wolf, I wouldn't stand a chance. But if one of them is with you, it'd be a fair fight then, right? You know, we're not the problem here. How has it been good? How has what been good? Just life? Yeah, life's been good. As good as it can be right now, I suppose, with all things considered. We'll simply do our job as usual. We're even prepared to die for our cause. But the problem is Siri, isn't it? We're talking about a mage who's been walking the earth since mythical times. Are you really sure that our man Lao can actually slay that monster? Because I'd rather not die in vain for a pipe dream. Okay, so he is going to be the one that takes on Siri. Okay. What's this? Master let me borrow it. I also didn't believe until he showed this to me. The fuck's that? A holy symbol. You run a crooked business targeting mages. You must know where it came from. Minus the great mage. Oh, is this the that other elf we saw the silhouette of? She looks a bit different to the silhouette, so I don't know. 20 years ago, minus the witch who brought endless war to the Southernlands and was accused of high treason, was defeated by a nameless warrior from a small remote region. Oh, no. Rumour has it that fight was a draw. That warrior might not have been Lao. But the point still stands. One of 3 great mages has disappeared from this world. That fact doesn't change. It's said the fact that in the world of magic, what you can't imagine can't be actualized. At least Master Lao doesn't see those great mages as immortal freaks. Assassinate Siri, huh? What an unexpected assignment. I was planning on enjoying the Foundation Day festival with my friend, but now I'm stuck with your dreary self instead. Mr. Wolf said we're not allowed to act alone. We won't run into anyone in an underground passage like this. But does this really lead to the palace? I heard it used to be an escape route during the Unified Empire era. I've been patrolling here regularly, but I wanted to make sure that we can still use it just in case. It'll be a problem if we can't use it on the day. Let's just get this over with. One Punch Man Season 3. In terms of just like actual anime, yeah, the answer to my question in terms of what is the worst anime that I've watched, it probably is a good chance it's One Punch Man Season 3. Now, the actual story of One Punch Man Season 3 is really good. I love the Monster Association arc in the manga. But in terms of anime adaptations, One Punch Man Season 3 has got to be up there. The Promised Neverland Season 2 has got to be up there. The pressure put on the demons from the other S-rank guys along with the A and Bs, they go save them. It's right, not the worst thing ever. What? What's alright? Not the worst thing. Oh, what she's... Oh, she tripped a wire? Mr. Wolf set up some traps, so she caught that in her teeth? You could have told me sooner. You alright? I caught it with my teeth, I'm fine. But the arrows are coated with poison. Lethal? Yep. Well, I think I'll be fine. Poison doesn't affect me. I'll probably get a stomachache, but that's about it. Okay, so she is built different. You've got quite the constitution. I remember Mr. Werlos saying poison can be overcome by sheer willpower. Well, don't compare me with that freak. There's training for it. It's extremely painful, I can imagine. But what's wrong? Nothing, just my imagination. It's been ages since our last mission. I think this one is going to be life or death for us. Exciting, isn't it? Foreshadowing, question mark? Sure it is. That's it. So she could sense him. Okay. And they're going to be the 4 coins. Gazelle, how rare of you to pay your tab. Shrit could learn a thing or two from you. I thought I'd pay you back before I die. Don't say that, it's bad luck. What a foreshadowing for a lot of deaths going on with these shadow warriors. He's gone, huh? That vendor. He ran off. Yeah, she knows. No matter. I actually put a trace spell on those silver coins. Why? I know you didn't think... I know you didn't think he scammed you. Fern, I saw through it all. Okay. Why would you tell us such an obvious lie? You threw a tantrum. You were bawling and everything. Well, jokes aside, you had a look at him too, Stark. He's a warrior. You're saying he's a shadow warrior? You can't know that. A former warrior becoming a street peddler isn't unusual. I noticed that vendor speaking with a dwarf. The dwarf looked like he'd crawled out of the gutter, but there's no mistake. He's Racine, the hero of the far north. Racine? He's the hero who recovered a third of the Empire's lands from the demons over 80 years ago. That makes him one hell of a hero. How did he end up like that? Everyone's probably forgotten by now. It happens a lot. But if I remember his face clearly, I remember his face clearly. I heard about him from one of the residents of a town on the way here. Apparently, he calls himself Werlock. Oh shit. I wonder why he's using a fake name. I don't think it's all a coincidence, but Frieren, those coins, what if you already spent them? They were silver coins, Stark. You can't spend such a large amount of money like that so easily. I figured he'd keep them for a while, and if he really is a Shadow Warrior, then they might make their way to the person he's working for. But that's just speculation. I think we can trust Frieren's hunches at a time like this. We can't trust her judgment for grimoires, though. We haven't had a really super duper cool, useless, but also awesome spell this stream so far. Come on, Frieren, lock in. Well, I've told you my reasons, but there's one thing I want to say. Only one thing I want to say. I want my secret savings back. Oh, bless her. Yeah, the stuff in One Punch Man Season 3, like the actual story is really good. It's just The thing is with One Punch Man as well is because a lot of people that will get into the One Punch Man anime realistically aren't doing it for the story. I know little young me. When I first got into One Punch Man, it wasn't because I thought the story was incredible after watching season 1. I was just like, this shit's hype as fuck. Hype aura and moments and comedy. Hell yeah. It wasn't then until you get to around about the season 3 kind of stuff that you start to think, you know, and Garrow started to get more involved and you start to think, it's actually kind of a peak story going on as well. But anime onlys don't get that story because we were saying this on the stream a few weeks ago, actually, that it's like One Punch Man's story gets overlooked because you've got season 1 where the animation stole the show. If anyone remembers One Punch Man season 1, it's for the animation. Everyone adored it because it is incredible. But then with not so much season 2, but at the time, I remember the reception season 2 got. Obviously, in hindsight now, compared to season 3, season 2 looks great. But I remember I was there at the time when it came out, and that wasn't super well received either. Obviously, again, not season 3 level, but with season 3 especially, like, it's just the inverse of season 1, where rather than the animation being so good no one pays attention to the story, it's now the animation is so bad that no one pays attention to the story. And it's so annoying because I love One Punch Man. And One Punch Man is one of the series I love covering the most on the channel. But I know for a fact that because of how much of a gargantuan flop season 3 was, that is going to forever tarnish One Punch Man on YouTube, unfortunately. And I'm gutted because I love covering it. But what can you do, eh? And the fact that they're probably going to be doing the Garrett, like in a perfect world, there's a version of me and you guys in chat in a different timeline somewhere where in 3 years' time we're all sitting down in the cinema to watch Cosmic Garrow versus Saitama. That should be happening. And it should be movie quality. It should be revolutionary. It's one of the greatest fights in manga. But no. We're going to get it in the anime. It's going to be rushed. It's going to be crap. People are even saying it's going to be the webcomic version. The webcomic version's fine, but I want to see the manga version. I watched the One Punch Man first because I like the main character looks. Yeah. I remember watching it because everyone just said it was like a really fun parody. And I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. And then I was like, oh, the Boros fight happened. And I thought, yeah, this is crazy. And then almost in a similar, like a lot of the reason people got into One Punch Man, like when season 1 was around, is because obviously people would see clips of the animation and be like, this looks incredible. I want to watch it. And then with the manga, it's actually kind of like a similar situation because I remember one of the reasons I ended up then starting the manga, because I didn't start the manga until quite a few years after I watched season 1. And the reason I got into the manga was because I'd see all the artwork of Murata online and everyone would be like, the manga is incredible. Like, look at its art. And so it had the kind of same effect as the animation of season 1 where I'd be like, right, I've got to check out this artwork for myself. You watched One Punch Man a few days before season 3? Wow, that fall off must have been generational for you. The One Punch Man IP's cooked forever? Yeah, until something insane happens in the manga, One Punch Man is going to be just beyond irrelevant again for the foreseeable future, unfortunately. And even then, if anything happens in the manga, it's never going to reach the levels of virality that it did for season 3 for all the wrong reasons. But what can I do? I'll just cry in a corner, I guess. I don't even get it. Even since I caught to the webcomic, there's not even been a webcomic chapter released. I got nothing. One Punch Man's cooked. Spare change? You're soaked to the bone. What happened? I fell into the river. How unfortunate. You must be cold at standing outside. Come, warm yourself. Please come in. How are things going, my dear friend Werlos? I've confirmed that the escape route from the time of the unified empire is still fit for use. Is that so? The report I received said otherwise. It said that the midway point is completely underwater and is impassable. Well, seems like he made it. Routine says it's due to the snow melt. She's very knowledgeable, you know. That's why I went to check it out myself. That much water is nothing to a warrior. As long as you don't lose your bearings in the dark, you can get through it in 20 minutes or so. Sometimes you can't tell up from down, so it takes willpower. That's good to know. It's clear to me now that only you can do it. Please take a seat. Let's work out a plan, shall we? You are our greatest asset among the Shadow Warriors. It's a huge advantage to be able to maneuver behind the enemy's back. I want to discuss the best way to strategically play this piece. You. How about a cup of tea? Sister Law, bring us some tea. Help yourself. I'm heading out to buy some wine for the ceremony. You think I know where the tea is? She doesn't seem very fond of me. And you don't have any idea why. There are too many possible reasons to guess. Anyway, you say I'm the greatest asset, huh? Clematis, you're the only one who thinks so highly of me. These days, that youngster Lao is far stronger than I am. How cruel is the march of time. Didn't you used to say you'd never retire? I don't want to sound like an old man, but I wish I were 10 years younger. Your abilities are still monstrous, even now. Now, let me look for tea. The tea's in that cupboard. How do you know? I borrow some from time to time. It gets chilly in the winter. You've been breaking in here to steal it? Before the eyes of the goddess? If you end up in hell, it'll be your own fault. How many people do you think I've killed? You don't get it, Oberlos. I'm joking. Feel free to laugh. You are something else. I see why people hate you. One second, let me just take my jumper off, lad. Oh god, here we go, he's the drunkard. Haven't you had enough to drink? You can tell that to this guy. He just loves me too much. She's had too much to drink, hasn't she? I told her to go home already. Wine for the ceremony? Law, are you sure you want to buy something that important here? I only have cheap stuff. Gazelle's still there. Material value is not important, only one's faith. So says Father Clematis. Clematis has such a silver tongue. He's just being thrifty. Do you want the cheapest one then? Absolutely not. This is for the Foundation Day ceremony. It cannot be something obviously cheap. I thought material value didn't matter. You're both crazy. You know you might be dead in 2 days. Is he intoxicated? Looks like it. One drunkard outside is already enough. Listen, Gazelle, most of our lives are about those little everyday moments, you know? You have to do these things right in case you don't die. They've come back to haunt me, at least. I'm glad you paid your tab, but if you've given me your life savings because you're convinced you're going to die, I can't accept it. It was easy money. I made a few sales on National Foundation Day. What's that? It's what Gazelle owed me. Those Astral silver coins from the Central Lands. They have the highest silver content. May I have a look at them? Sure, but what now? She's going to figure it out. As expected, I sense mana in them. It's a tracking spell. That can't be. It's no wonder you didn't notice it. The caster is highly skilled. Silver acts as a catalyst that covers up the mana. Wolf, Gazelle, prepare for battle. Mistress Frieren, what's the matter? They've traced it back to me. Who do you think might be the most hated character in all of anime? Off the top of my head, what was that one girl's name in A Can Make a Kill? What was her name? She was a psycho crazy. Ooh, color page. There's a girl in a Kamega Kill in the anime. I know the manga's meant to be different for the Kamega Kill, so I don't know if she's the same, but in the Kamega Kill anime. Oh, what was her name? I hated her so much. I'm gonna go her. For me. What's the matter, Warlos? Did you forget something? It's too late. It can't be saved. We can offer a prayer at least. I'm sure it'll find salvation. No need. We all return to nothing when we die anyway. No salvation necessary. Is that your... I won! He's back! My eyes don't deceive me, right? That is sign. Yes! My goat is back! Fuck yes! Yeah! Come on! And I literally said in this stream that I'm probably not going to see him again. Come on! Oh yes. Right. It's time to lock in. Chapter 135. That's right. Even though he's old, he tried to cross a busy street when carriages come and go. What an idiot. Let me take a look at him. Oh, he's so fucking goated. He's saving cats. He's a MILF hunter and he's saving a cat's life. He's actually my goat. He's him. He is him. I can't believe my own eyes. He's not very attached to you, is he? He's just shy around strangers. I'm much obliged. Please, accept. No, please. But anyway, I'm looking for someone. Have you seen him? He's a weirdo who calls himself Guerrilla Warrior. I've never heard of him. But if you want information, go to a bar. I know a place. Come with me. Yeah, chat, my goat is back, bro. I can't believe it. Why are you looking for him? We promised to become adventurers together when we were kids. He's my best friend. I see. You must know him well then. He's not going to be one of the Shadow Warriors. Right? He's not going to be like Gazelle or someone. You said his name was Guerrilla Warrior? What's his real name? I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. It's going to be Gazelle, isn't it? Nah, come on. Wolf, Gazelle, prepare for battle. Frieren, what's the matter? They've traced it back to me. Hurry, run. Are you alright? I'm fine. Kudos to him for reacting to it. It's a considerable distance between us two. He's a great warrior. Too bad his talent is being wasted. Considering the angle, it's hard to believe, but it must have come from that steeple. What a great shot. Let me shoot back. Mana detection can't reach that far. The way magic works, you can't make a blind spot. I wouldn't say it's impossible, especially with your skills, Fern, but we're in the middle of the city. I can't allow it. Besides, they're probably already gone. That attack happened just after they traced the magic back to me. They likely chose their sniping position in advance and had a contingency plan ready. We should flee outside of their detection range. This way. Move. You're blocking the entrance. Unfortunately, the bar is closed for today. That is not for you to decide. Nah, it's closed for business. I'd rather not deal with that drunkard. Let's try somewhere else. We'll have to take a back alley. But I know a hole in the wall place. What's wrong? Nothing. Sorry, I just remembered I have somewhere to be. I'm sorry I couldn't be more of help. Is he going back to Frieren? He sends Frieren, right? I hope it doesn't take long to find your friend. Oh, no. The gorilla warrior is going to be a shadow warrior, isn't he? Law, I lost my line of sight of them. Guide me to a good spot. They fled into a back alley on purpose. It's a perfect escape route. It's safe to assume that they figured out where that shot came from. Mrs. Frieren, is it so easy to trace your mana back to you? It shouldn't be so easy with human magic. In principle, tracing mana back to its source is uncharted territory. Then, a demon. No, it's not. I know this spell. At the moment, we're up against someone who uses the magic of the goddess. No matter what they do, they can't escape without passing through a large street. I'm sure you're skilled enough to make the shot, even with a large crowd of people around, Wolf. As long as that warrior doesn't get in the way. But you took care of him, didn't you? Yes. Oh, the poison! This guy, the willpower of this man, he ain't dying. Oh no! He's been poisoned once before, right? But my man Sign said nah. And he's going to do it again. Because he's the GOAT. Where can you read manga for free? I mean, I can't divulge my sources, but you know, if you look around the internet, there's places. There do be places. But you can actually read a lot of the, like every new chapter that comes out weekly of series. You can read for free on Shonen Jump or Viz or Manga Plus, whatever it is in your region. That's the official source. I'm reading this on Viz. So this manor, I knew it. I'm sure of it. I lag when I switch chapters. Strange. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because I'm briefly changing the... I don't know if it's when I changed the chapter number, maybe. I'm not sure. On my end, it's fine, but strange. I knew it. I'm sure of it. My. The goddess can be so capricious. Capricious? I've not heard that word. Did you finish analysing the poison? I've never seen a reaction like this. We should take him to the church. It's too far away. Going through all those main streets while they're hunting us would be suicidal. On top of that, the fact that our enemies are using the magic of the goddess is concerning. It would be one thing if it were just a rogue priest, but we can't rule out the possibility that they're pretending to be someone involved with the church. So what should we do? An antidote. The person who put that arrow into Stark must have an antidote. I'm not so sure. Adventuring parties that use poisons have antidotes ready just in case to avoid a fatal mistake due to poor handling or accidental friendly fire. That's what you taught me, Mr. Frieren. That's right. So why did you not suggest it? I know you must have had the same thought, because if I'd mentioned it, you'd have lost control of yourself. Of course. We're in the middle of a city, so we need to look for another solution. Don't worry, Frieren. That solution is on his way. I couldn't care less about that. Master Stark's life is at risk. Fern, we're in the Imperial capital. It's the heart of humanity's largest magic-using civilization. For the sake of our own safety, I cannot allow you to go to war. If we harm civilians by mistake, we'd risk turning everybody against us. The Imperial mages who are trained in combat are scarier than you can imagine. Now, take a deep breath and listen to what Frieren, do you not have faith in my skills? Right now, I don't. Not in the state you're in. Long time no see, Frieren. I never expected we'd run into each other again, to be honest. I did say see you again, didn't I? I'd like to know what's going on, but it looks like there's no time for that. Let me take a look. He is in very bad shape. Do you think you can heal him? I don't know. Only one way to find out. What are you doing here, Master Sign? What's going on? You didn't notice, did you? I sensed Sign's manor while we were running, so I decided to run towards him. Then I let him know about our presence with my manor. Since they're using the goddess's magic to track us down, we don't need to worry about concealing our manor. And since they're not after him, there's no worry about him getting shot. And there wasn't any other way to safely meet up. Of course, I noticed Sign only by chance, but a mage needs to stay calm enough to be able to make use of any coincidence. Kinda got mobbed there, Fern, I can't lie. He needs to rest for a while. And I thought this was going to be the arc where Stark locked in. But you know what, I got Sign, it's fine. What a piece of luck. If it were anyone but Stark, a single graze would have killed them instantly. That's how deadly that poison was. Thank you. I don't know what we'd have done without you. Thank you very much. Don't mention it. Still, it's been a while, hasn't it? What brings you to the Imperial capital? Well, a lot has happened. There's a chance Guerrilla's here in this city. Oh, he's one of the warriors. Fuck's sake. But this is no time for chit-chat. What is the situation here? They haven't moved from the abandoned building. Can't we get them to fight outside somehow? Then I can take a shot. Can you hear me, Gazelle? Please make your way to the abandoned building. Yeah, that is him, isn't it? But he looks a little bit too young. I don't know. I'm already on my way. That building is just barely within communication range. If they don't fight back and they flee, don't chase them too far, huh? Got it. I knew it. Gazelle's the guerrilla warrior, right? I see. You haven't figured out who you're up against. But you know they've cornered you by tracing your mana back to you. What worries me is that they seem to work so well together. What do you mean? Well, let's say I manage to exploit the weakness of this mana traceback and work out the enemy priest's location. You wouldn't happen to have a city map, would you? I do actually, yeah. What do you have that for? They forced me to carry it for the mission. As usual, trouble seems to find you. Well then, I'll tell you where the enemy is. What I'm asking is, will you be able to aim to that spot without hesitation? You have a point. It'd take a lot of training to achieve this. I'm sure they're also trying to avoid causing a disturbance in the middle of the city so they can't afford to miss. I see what you're saying. To them, the magic of the goddess isn't just something to help in a fight, it's the backbone of their strategy. What does that... Hey, now you're supposed to be dead. That was close. I don't think I want to take this ride ever again. Great work, Gazelle. Now I can bring them into the open. Well done, Stark. Thank you for saving me. I told you to rest. Don't be so reckless. Okay, so Stark did lock in, my guy. Your healing magic is really impressive. Recovery's fast too. How are you even able to move? He's turning into Eisen. You're turning into a real warrior. Yeah, Eisen. Sign. The spot you pointed at earlier to show the location of the enemy priest, it wasn't random, was it? Bingo. It's for real. Fern, they're entirely dependent on the goddess's magic. That is their weakness. We can put them out of action if we strike their control tower. Frieren, go ahead. There is no turning back now, and even at this distance, I don't think you're going to miss. We've done videos on solo leveling pre. I personally I'm not a big fan of solo leveling. But like Sid and Adil and Yusuf, I think Sid mainly is a solo leveling guy on the channel, but yeah, we do have solo leveling videos. Got quite a few, including Ragnarok and shit. Right. We need to find a way to get you a clear shot. If you shoot in an arc, there's a chance of taking off the roofs of the nearby buildings. Well, that's true. In the worst case, it could blow through the upper floors of a building. Even if you know the enemy's location, it's necessary to visually confirm if you've got a safe shot. Such a pain to fight inside a city. Didn't I just tell you to stay cool, take a deep breath, and think calmly? Okay, Frieren, what is your idea? For now, you'll have to get up and in the air and shoot. It's the only way, I think. You got a death wish? Fair. She'll be an easy target for a poisoned arrow. I'm still concerned about accuracy. I guess we'll have to force our way out whilst I protect us with defensive spells. It'll be risky. A skilled archer could pierce my defensive spell. Frieren, what? I won't let you fight unless you've calmed down. Yesterday. It was around this time, wasn't it? Can you use mana detection too to figure out the exact timing? I see. Interesting. I think it's worth a try. They ain't moving. Is it time for me to cause another ruckus? No, they're about to move. They're not bothering with defensive spells. Looks like she chose to put her resources into flying fast. Okay, so she's going straight for I forgot the priestess, her name. No, I forgot it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Wolf, even at that speed, you should be able to drop her. Oh! Using the fireworks to disguise her. Big brain. She lost herself in the fireworks at the Foundation Day Festival. How creative. Now I can't aim properly. Judging from how high she's going, they're going after our control tower. Law, that was the name. Law, get out of there right now. I've already left. No arrows coming my way, as we thought the archer needs to see me. Next, the location of the target. No, it's not working. I was definitely sensing a powerful mana from that spot a moment ago, but now it's gone. The target's probably concealed their mana and is already on the move. I must stay calm, focus. I still have time until the fireworks end. Magic's being used everywhere. So many objects are giving off mana too. And there's so much noise in this city, but I know what their mana is like. I'm sure the enemy will try to avoid being targeted from the sky. I'm going to find them no matter what. They traced me with this? The coin. They must have a priest too. Quite a skilled one at that. Law, keep running full speed until the fireworks end. That's all you need to do for us to win. I'm not built like you muscleheads. Then ask Shrit to carry you. She was throwing up in the back alley. Unbelievable. Such an alcoholic. We're in the middle of a fight. Gazelle, come back for now. I need you to carry me. There's nothing I'd rather do than run away right now. I'm sorry, but no can do. If we don't stop the diversionary attacks, Frieren is in the clear. You okay, Stark? Of course he isn't. He was in no shape to move to begin with. He's pushed himself far too far. I'm sorry, but you can rest now. If I make a wrong move, Stark and Sign are dead, and I still can't make out the enemy warrior's location. Frankly, the odds are against us. If I could at least spot them with mana detection, the priest must be thinking the same thing. Now that Fern is blended in with all the disorderly mana, it'll be hard to figure out where she is with mana detection. Even so, someone with enough skill could find her. There you are, found you. Can they communicate to each other about a point in the sky? Now then, now what? I will seal her mana. I will seal her mana use. A fall from that height will kill her. Mana usage, is that? The enemy party has been well trained. If they don't have a way to communicate Fern's location, then I'm sure the one who can use mana detection will have to use magic to deal with her. Seizure of holy punishment. There you are. Oh, this will look so incredible in the anime in like 6 years. But in a magical quick draw, Fern will win. Holy shit. But she miss? Hey, won't that draw a lot of attention? Well, it only lasted for a moment, and with the fireworks going on, most people would only think it's a little strange. Only someone with skill would notice the fight. Aren't those the exact people we should be worrying about noticing it though? Yep, so we'd better get out of here quickly. Oh yeah, Fern went big, huh? This would be a good time for us to run. Veg, tell New to stand by. I can't deal with another rampage. And go inspect the damage on the way. Finally, I can get a chance for some fresh air. Still, maintaining public order during the Foundation Day festival, working as bodyguards for the nobility and the boring paperwork, all that isn't what we should be doing. What on earth is Captain Frace thinking? Enjoy the boredom whilst you can. I've known her for a long time and I still don't understand how she thinks. By the time I figure out her intentions, we're in the middle of a hellish battlefield. It's no good, she's unconscious. Okay, so she did connect. She's no longer in command. It means we retreat. She owes her life to her magic resistant armor, huh? Oh, okay, so that's how she'd be dead if that attack had hit her in the face. Maybe they let her live on purpose. Nah, the gazelle's too young. That can't be him. It's not him. So, I'm convinced one of these shadow warriors has got to be the gorilla warrior, though, bro. I swear it's got to be. I see. So you think the group you took on are shadow warriors? The presence of a priest amongst our enemies is problematic. Considering the advances the Empire's made in magic, I wouldn't be surprised if they've deciphered more of the goddess's magic than most. Oh shit, that could be a big problem. But that fight has taught us much about the enemy's tactics. Thank you. Please tell the others to get some rest. Frieren, I'll help with the mission, don't worry. Fern is all fired up now. But Fern is the first class mage. I'm just in her party and I'll follow her wherever she goes. I'm sorry for dragging you into this. Like you really mean that. Zenza, you've lost the composure that you had as an examiner. There's no need to be so scared because no way Siri will die. She's just like Mistress Siri. She's not even being arrogant. The great mage Minus was defeated by a human warrior 20 years ago. The knowledge that elves are not truly immortal is silently spreading around the world. Even Mistress Siri, who must be aware of that terrible thought, only has a vague idea of what that entails. Just because you could live for 100 years or 1,000 doesn't mean you won't die tomorrow. We must protect her, even at the cost of our own lives. I see. I think I get what's going on. You got dragged into the Continental Magic Association's mission, but that means you passed the first class mage exams in August. I knew Frieren would pass, but I didn't expect you, Fern, to as well. Newsflash, buddy! Mr. Frieren failed. I told Sensei that would help them out. She said you could get some well-deserved rest. Okay, use was usage. Okay, cool. Viz has been a bit weird sometimes with their translations. Like, there's been a few chapters where Viz have just, like, straight up missed a word. It's kind of low-key cringe, bro. Thank you, Sign. I got wrapped up in this without even knowing what's going on. I sure didn't expect us to run into each other at the Imperial capital. I've been doing my best to find Gorilla, but it's only thanks to others that I've gotten this far. There's a demand for priests, you see. Lots of different parties help me along. I've had quite an epic adventure. Exploring dungeons, hunting monsters, finding ancient treasures, flexing muscles. But, you know. Why do you think most adventuring parties are a bunch of middle-aged men? My MILF hunter, bro. Yeah. He knows he knows ball. I mean, I had a good time, but still. The Northern Lands are full of veteran adventurers. You were lucky that they were so reliable. Not a single lady amongst them. But really, I can't believe we reunited like this. Land and Uble are back. They'll give us a report. Sorry, it took a while to lose the magic special forces that were on us. No, you did a fantastic job. Thank you so much. This is the information Lineal gathered. we can finally unmask the enemy. What? Okay, that was the end of it. Why do I feel like there's a page missing? We can finally unmask the enemy. I feel like there's meant to be a page here. Okay, no, I think it's fixed itself. Weird. I was like, Viz, don't do this. Not after I just called out your poor Frieren translations. Traitor. Okay, there wasn't. Okay, cool. False. I don't remember asking you to follow me. I told you I don't need a bodyguard. This is not negotiable. There is one more page for 137? Maybe if I go back on the chapter now. Because is there or not? Maybe if I have it in double. Yeah, see? There is. Bro. Right on cue. Just talking about how ass Viz has been with Frieren sometimes, and then just the page don't load. Great. So this is the Imperial capital. It's not even a shadow of what it used to be. Flam built the largest magic-using civilization on the continent. I never thought they'd be paying a visit like this. Okay. I was going to say that because the chapter 138 started very abruptly with Siri's arrival, but that would be because I was missing a page. You're not familiar with this place, are you? No, it's cool, dude. Don't worry. I mean, it was a minuscule page. Anyway. Allow me to be your guide, at least. You worry too much. What's that? I believe it's a statue of the great mage Flam. Does it bear any resemblance? Mm-mm. Even after all her great accomplishments, she still faded from people's memories. We now live in a time when all of humanity can use magic. I am the only one who remembers the smile of the girl who longed for something out of a fairy tale. What a strange feeling. I'm the only one left in the world who remembers that. We managed to identify most of our enemies. There is no doubt that we're facing the Shadow Warriors. It turns out they really do exist. If they're Shadow Warriors, then we're up against the Empire's secret military order of assassins, correct? Not a crime syndicate, but an official Imperial organization. I would say we're in a pretty difficult situation. Basically, the Empire is behind them. If things go wrong, we could end up making an enemy of the Empire itself. We need to be careful. Fern has already knocked out one of them. Well, to be fair, we've also had a confrontation with Magic Special Forces, so we're not in a position to say that just yet. No, it doesn't mean that they're still official. The Shadow Warriors were disbanded 16 years ago by the order of the previous Emperor. It was because their chain of command was unclear. Unclear? What do you mean? The Shadow Warriors were not at all like a conventional military unit. It seems the commanders on the ground were granted considerable authority. They could use force within the Empire, and they chose their own. I can't speak. And they chose their and they chose their own targets for assassination. The list. Such things were left in the hands of each cell commander. That means they could do whatever they wanted without orders from above. Why would the Empire allow a system like that? Because the Shadow Warriors were powerful, of course. Exactly. Being allowed to act without orders from the top meant they could make judgments on the spot and coordinate with each other in real time. Some accounts describe the Shadow Warriors as fighting as if they were a single creature. Their teamwork was certainly impressive. Still, to have authority like that, isn't that too dangerous? Fighting as a party. I take command when we fight as a party. But am I dangerous? Well, you're not some bad guy. Depends on who you ask, I guess. That means it all depends on who's in charge. The commanders used to be carefully selected. Is that right? Yes. They were chosen from those who had pledged their loyalty to the Empire. That's not a smart way to select people. I agree. It worked fine whilst the purpose of the Empire's existence was clear, but problems started to arise as time passed. The vision, the ideals, and the future direction of the Empire became misaligned with the people. The Shadow Warriors gradually stopped serving the Empire's will. The reason the Emperor decided to disband them was because the people the Shadow Warriors thought were in their way kept dying mysteriously. A secret military unit whose nature even their leader cannot grasp was a clear threat to the Empire. That's why they were disbanded 16 years ago. But that doesn't make any sense. Aren't we up against those Shadow Warriors now? They're phantoms. The commanders had significant authority. They were free to use force and carry out assassinations. On top of that, we're talking about a secret unit whose actions even the Emperor himself wasn't aware of. I doubt they were able to completely disband them. What's more, those commanders had all pledged their loyalty to the Empire. I wouldn't be surprised if they thought without the Shadow Warriors, there'd be nobody to lead the Empire. If I were one of them, I might be fired up with a sense of righteousness. Like, I gotta save the Empire from moving in the wrong direction. Almost as if they became traitors. Yes, evidence from the battle revealed the involvement of the Shadow Warriors. This increases the credibility of the assassination plot. He doesn't look pleased. It's always one problem after another. Shall we beef up security? Of course. Our mission is to maintain the peace of the Imperial City during the Foundation Day Festival. Whether it's Continental Magic Association or the Shadow Warriors, we must deal with any disruption of public order. Then, I need you to negotiate with the association regarding security measures. I'll go prepare a carriage for you. Isn't negotiating Captain Frasse's job? I don't know where she is. Why is she always absent when there's so much to do? That's what I was just thinking. Don't take it out on me. This is personnel information on the Shadow Warriors. Lineal managed to get her hands on this. She's been treading on dangerous ground. The next time we see her, it might be her corpse. Don't say that, even as a joke. A joke indeed. Lineal certainly is talented enough as a wizard. Terrifyingly skilled even. It only happened once, but she was able to make Mistress Siri kneel during a mock battle. Ooh, she is built different. It was a remarkable achievement. Even learning couldn't do it. That may be exactly why she was sent on this very risky mission to investigate things in the Empire. If I were talking about a fight between humans, I don't know anyone more skillful than Lineal. Gazelle the Peddler. As I thought, Werlos is also a Shadow Warrior. What's wrong, Sight? It is... I knew it! So is that Wolf? No, that's not Wolf. I knew... Yeah. Now that I'm looking at Gazelle more, he was always way too young. Who is that guy? It's gonna be the drunk girl's brother, right? The one who wasn't... That's why his face was hidden before. I get it. Oh, I'm so sad that it's gone on a hiatus. Right when my favourite character returns. Because I've got less than 10 chapters left, bro. What is this? Don't worry, what is this? What do I think the One Piece is? Oof. So I'm not someone who's like fully caught up to One Piece. In fact, One Piece is one of the manga I'm tempted to read right from the beginning again on stream. Because Sid and Yusuf, they're like the big One Piece guys. Like all the One Piece videos you see on the channel, I have nothing to do with them. I think I might have helped on one like 3 years ago. So One Piece ain't my forte, but I imagine it's gonna. I know there's the theory or whatever that it, off the top of my head, something to do with like blowing up the Grand Line, the Red Line, and creating the Uble, right? That makes sense to me. That is the friends we made along the way, you know. Yeah, One Piece is something I might read on stream at some point. Yo, what's good, TKDC? Oh, what are these? I just had to buy them. Uble. Could you fill me on the details of your fight with the Magic Special Forces? Mrs. Frieren sent me to ask you about it. But Four Eyes already told everyone about it earlier. She said she wanted to hear about it from your perspective. Also, she was wondering if you heard anything like the buzzing of winged insects. Interesting. That explains the strange feeling I had. My intuition wasn't wrong after all. Still, I couldn't sense any mana for quite some time, and I was blinded, so it was rough to say the least. I doubt that understanding how those tricks work will change how threatening they are at all, though. But fine. Where do I start? So, I visited Four Eyes in his village to accept the mission. Please keep it short. Oh, it's been so long. Can't we have a chat? So, are these sketches of the Shadow Warriors all we've got to go on? The Imperial capital is huge. Besides, we've already had one fight, and the ball is tomorrow. So just real quick, so if the Shadow Warriors were disbanded 16 years ago, I guess that, yeah, the timeline does match them with the Guerrilla Warrior, right? Was that 16 years ago? I'm going to assume it was 16 to 18 years ago. Besides, we've already had one fight, and the ball is tomorrow. Won't they just lie low until then? Tell that to Censor. She gave us this order. It's much better to try than to do nothing. Preventing the assassination from even happening would be the best. But to be honest, I also don't think we can find them. For better or worse, the final showdown will be at the ball. The only clue we have is her manor, but we've had no luck detecting it again. If only Fern had been able to track it down afterwards. We were interrupted much earlier than we expected, but we also don't know where the Magic Special Forces stand in all this. But Fern made a smart call to flee before they could capture her. They're not the kind of people you should face head on. Fern is getting more detailed information now, and once that's done, let's head out to search for the Shadow Warriors. It sure is taken a while. They seem to get along well. Where's Sign, by the way? He already left. He's much more invested in this than we are. Right. Of course he is. Oh, so they know. Damn, where on earth are you? Christ. Closed the shop for today. Why should I? I need to make a living too. Because of your damn Shadow Warrior mission. Now it's my responsibility to deal with my sister, who spends every penny she earns on booze. Nobody wants to look after her because it costs so much money. When it comes to swordsmanship, Shrit is one of the top 5, even in the Empire. So, you do know her well. That's exactly the point. It means she's not going to die. She'll likely survive tomorrow's mission too. You understand, don't you? Now leave. Mind your own business. I met a man who was looking for you. Is that so? I hope you got rid of him. He was a priest with a goatee. Did you kill him? No. There were people around. Besides, he seems to wholeheartedly believe that you're an eccentric who calls himself the Guerrilla Warrior. Given that, he'll never find what he's looking for. Even I must admit it's a ridiculous name. I was right to abandon it after all. Dickhead, bruv. Won't it be difficult to find him without at least knowing his real name? I can't believe a grown man would use such a silly name like Guerrilla Warrior. Silly name, huh? Indeed. What a ridiculous name. He said if you want to become a hero that no one will forget, it's crucial to have a memorable name. Fuck. He's gone from dreaming of becoming a hero, that having a name that no one will ever forget, to becoming the literal opposite of that. A traitor, a villain, living a false name in a false identity and a false life where if he was to die, no one would ever remember. Fuck! That's shit. It's crucial to have a memorable name. He'd get mad if I called him anything else. He said he'd be forgotten if I did. What a silly obsession with such a childish idea. Ironically, I forgot his real name. But it defeats the purpose, huh? Anyway, the man I'm looking for is the Guerrilla Warrior. If he gave up on his dream and he's living a happy life somewhere, then that's also fine by me. But if he still goes by that name, I need to find him. I swore we'd become unforgettable heroes together. Right, by the way, they call me Goatee Priest. The man called himself Goatee Priest. Maybe he was joking, but I clearly remember that. See, the names work, bro. Why are you telling me this? According to Wolf's report, he is a priest in Frieren's party. He's been added to the list. We'll have to take him down next time. Again, why are you telling me this? Do you want me to beg you not to? Here, Law, dig in. You weren't kidding about her staying under the comforter. So funny. Are you scared? Do you need someone to hold your hand? Sister Law is great at taking charge in a fight, and she's never been directly exposed to an enemy attack before. I honestly couldn't believe it myself. But they took her out with a single shot, right? She's not dead, so she got off easy. Once, when I screwed up in the past, the enemy tore off every single one of my fingernails, as if I would really give them the location of the others in my party. The commander at that time is Clematis. He came to help me as soon as possible and healed me up. But guess what that jerk said afterwards? Good, you should be able to hold a weapon again. Return to the front immediately. He's crazy, no doubt. He heals us as if he's fixing golems. He didn't care that I was crying from the pain. What? Stop that. That's why I think Law made the right choice not getting out of bed. Otherwise, Clematis would throw her back into the battle as many times as he needs to. To him, we're just pawns for completing missions. He sounds like a bit of an arsehole. Iris, how is Sister Law looking? Did she seem well enough to return? Nah, she's out. She's completely useless. At least she's nice, I guess. I see. Well, at least you managed to get some reports on the actual fight. I'll have to make a new strategy. By the way, Iris, what about my dinner? What about it? You can starve to death. Are you sure? You're the only commander if there's a fight. I may sacrifice as many pawns as necessary in order to win, but that doesn't mean I can tolerate wasting a life. I have no intention of taking anyone along who would slow the rest of us down in battle. I have trained Law with the expectation that she will become my successor. I believe it was good for her to experience this loss. She's a clever girl, though not as clever as I was when I was young. But I'm sure she can clean up this mess after this mission. So I'm at ease with sending myself to my death as a pawn. How many will die? If there's something you're not happy with, you can take the lead directly as the Shadow Warrior Commander yourself. Isn't that right, Governor General Lau? Commander, you must know that's in name only. In the end, I'm nothing more than an uneducated warrior, skilled only in murder. I'm simply another pawn. May I ask why Siri must be assassinated? Do you need a reason to accomplish the mission? If I know your goal, I may be able to help you achieve it. Your Excellency, our goal is to extinguish magic from this world. No worries, Pri. I'll give you I'll say goodnight to you now. Yeah, I know when we really be the friends we made along the way. Because if that was the case, it would be top one worst things ever. You couldn't find him then. It's not your fault. The Imperial capital's big after all. Frieren, you're all planning on going undercover at the ball, right? As Siri's bodyguards, yes. Please, let me join you. Sure, it'll be reassuring to have a priest by your side. I'll assist you in any way I can, so I'm sorry, I can't make any promises. Neither the Shadow Warriors nor the Magic Special Forces are the kind of opponents I can go easy on. I may have to kill them. To me, the lives of Fern and Stark are more important, so I can not and will not hold back. But I will do everything in my power to bring the best possible outcome. Thank you, that's all I could ask. I was a little surprised. Since you told me you didn't sign up for this mission, you seem more involved than I thought. To be honest, I don't care about the assassination plot against Siri, and I think the smart thing to do would be to get out of a risky mission like this. Still, this land is my master's legacy. The monuments to her life have mostly become empty symbols, but this is a land where anyone can use magic, a very real thing my master left for us. That's why I'll do my best to see this through to a good outcome. But I have a feeling Siri won't do the same. She is here to fight. Speak of the devil, she's trying to stir something up as we speak. You're always itching for a fight. You didn't need to do something like that, just to tell me I'm immature. Frieren? That wasn't very fruitful, was it? No, it wasn't. We even gave him the chance to take us by surprise. You seem to be somewhat on edge, Frieren. I'm surprised you aren't, Fern. Well, I'll admit I'm worked up. I honestly don't know why we didn't notice. There are people who are such a threat to the Imperial capital that we can't afford to overlook them. One of them is the Shadow Warrior Commander, the only one we don't have a name or description of. And the other one has been watching us the whole time. This person has been watching everything going on in the Imperial capital. Wait, so that one... Okay. Speaking of which, Mr. True, you did mention that you sensed someone was watching us ever since we got here. Siri's manor detection scanned the entire capital a few moments ago. Did you notice that? Not to the same degree as you, but it does feel like some powerful force has been onto us for some time. I feel uneasy. Any other skilled mage will be feeling the same way. Still, if you take Siri's real power into consideration, you know it's far too blatant and obvious. I have no doubt that she did it on purpose. Siri is trying to pick a fight with the one person we haven't figured out. Are you saying that's who's been watching us? I don't know. There's a good chance, but I can't say for sure. That's how thin it is. The mutual interference with within the manor detection. I noticed it thanks to Siri's flashy move, a timid, tenuous, yet accurate layer of manor detection that could disappear at any moment, surrounds the Imperial capital. Captain Frass, security arrangements for the ball have been going smoothly. Great work. I've spoken to the higher-ups. The magic special forces have freedom of action. You can focus on accomplishing the mission without worry. May I ask what mission you're talking about? Maintenance of public order here in the capital during the festival. See? Viz, bro. Maintaining the public order in the capital during the Destival. I love a Destival, me. Yeah, Viz kind of flopping the Frieren sometimes. This is the mission you gave us. That's right. I did give you that order. Otherwise, there's no way blood-stained soldiers like us would even set foot in a glamorous ball. Do you have any issue with what the mission is about? No. Canon, the ball is a symbol of peace. You cannot allow the Shadow Warriors to interfere. I am aware. Then let us talk about maintaining public order. Unforeseen events can happen at any moment. We must prepare contingency plans. She looks like Land's gran. But maybe that's just because she's an old woman. Maybe I'm just generalizing now. It seems you're waiting for something to happen. You have questions for me. What shall we do if the magic special forces must engage in a fight with the Shadow Warriors? Murder is against the law of the land, except for those wielding force on behalf of the Empire. Then if something were to happen, we must punish the offenders according to Imperial law. Canon, I hope you make the right choices. It is all for the eternal prosperity of magic in the Empire. Ooh, this is a really cool cover page. That line is coming from Frieren. You're just trying to... two red... Bro, it's 12 a.m. Your body's going to be cooked. Sorry, Daniel. Which line? Did I misread a line? It's finally the last day of the Foundation Day Festival. The ball will be held at the palace. But there's only 7 chapters left of this arc, man. And it's just getting into the good stuff. Knowing Frieren pacing, even though this arc is unfinished and the manga's on hiatus, knowing Frieren pacing, there can't be much of this arc left beyond where the height, like, there's, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. It's the final... Mistress Siri has been invited as a guest of the Empire. We are her escorts. Our objective is to prevent the Shadow Warriors from assassinating the great mage Siri. Are we only going to sneak into the ball? Are we going to sneak into the ball? Needless to say, we have invitations. We will walk through the main entrance with our heads held high. I've already made arrangements with that in mind. Being able to move freely in public will make it easier for us to keep her safe. Did they say how many of you would accompany me? Not specifically, but as long as it's not excessive, I don't think there'll be any issues. Good, then we should be fine. We can thank His Imperial Majesty for his generosity and kindness all together. They already have their eyes on the 2 of us, or more like we're fugitives, so we'll have to find another way to get in there. We know. It will be better to have a cover team there. How violently can this cover team act? Go crazy. Absolutely not. Siri, can I ask something about this mission? No. Oh no, I don't know, Siri. Why did you pair me up with her? It's obvious we're not compatible. I get why you feel that way, but tell me, would you have accepted this mission if I had sent anyone else? He likes her. He likes her. Being in the Imperial capital must fill you with nostalgia. Your parents and grandmother. Is that really? I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. No matter. I don't care about your opinion, but I personally don't think you're incompatible. If you wish to make use of your prudence, you better learn how to hold her reins. Reins? Where do you keep those? I might have thrown them away. Are that... Land X Uble, I am fully on that train now. Choo-choo, we're off. Get me on that ship. Formal attire, huh? Well, I guess we are attending a ball. I'll never get used to dressing up like this. But these are easy to move around in. I think they're pretty well made. By the way, Stark, it didn't seem like the right time to bring this up earlier, but there's something that's been on my mind. I figured there was sign. You were dragged into this suddenly. What is on your mind? Do you think there'll be pretty ladies at the ball? Please tighten it as much as possible. No, you won't be able to fight. Fern, tie back my hair. Can't you see I'm busy right now? You're scaring me with that look. You're pathetic, Frieren. Can't you even tie your hair without your apprentice? You'll want to talk. Fern wants to look great for Stark. That's how much people look up to me. It's not the same thing. Frieren, if you beg me, I won't say no to tying back your hair myself. Just die. I can't believe you just told me to die. We ended up getting you involved, but it was Sensei's idea. It was not my intention. If you have a problem with the mission, you're free to step down. And of course, I won't force Fern to do anything. She's a first-class mage. But first and foremost, she's your apprentice. You must know that this assassination plot is just a farce to me, even without your help. Even if the Empire were to put all their military force together, Frieren, can you really imagine a future where I die? Why are you trying to keep us away from this mission? Tell me, Siri, what future do you see? What is my role in it? Even if you leave, it won't affect the mission. This is the Continental Magic Association's problem. If I told you, I didn't intend to drag you into this. It was all Sensei's idea to bring you in when you arrived in the Imperial capital. My beloved apprentice has a lot of respect for you. Do you really think she wouldn't get me involved with this? Come here, I'll do your hair. I'll ask Fern to do it, so no need. That's not it, Frieren, I'm finished. What took you so long? I didn't think it'd take so long to convince her. I made an adjustment so we can fight properly. Good job. Sensei, sit down. Mr. Seri, just because you're bored, you know what my magic can do? I can do my own hair. Just come over here. Why did you choose us? What do you mean? The criteria being selected for this mission. Weren't there others who were more suitable? Learning, for example. Learning? There's no way he could have come to the ball. He was banished from the palace over 50 years ago. What did he do? He was never the type to stay in one place. He said he was onto something and went off somewhere. I have no clue what kind of future that would have led to, though. Seri. I digress. Criteria for selection. Sensei, do you recall the special privilege you asked for? I do. I've not forgotten for a single moment. I was disappointed in you then. I thought, this girl has extraordinary talent but will never become a powerful mage. Those selected for this mission wished for special privileges that were far from my expectations. A spell to locate my family's remains. Seems like the spell I wanted has already been taken. A spell to find my sister. A spell for laundry. It's so strange. Gifted people tend to go to one of two extremes. There are those who wish for power and those who don't. The former become exactly the kind of mages I'm looking for. And the latter end up becoming mages who are beyond my imagination. A spell to change my voice freely. I'd like to be able to reproduce your voice. Ugh, that is scary. A spell that makes me sleep soundly. I want to know what the trope is that Seri, with her really long hair and like the sleeping stuff. That's a trope. I don't know what it is because there's a character in Pokemon that's exactly the same. Seri, I wish for a spell that lets me sleep soundly after killing someone. Even after killing someone. Perhaps I've been longing to see something that's more than I can imagine. Maybe it's the future that I can't reach, but maybe you all can. Please elaborate. Nah, if I do, I know you'll always go against my choice. I bet every mage gathered here would do the same, and that is exactly why I brought them all together. This chapter came out on Christmas 2024, before the 7-month hiatus. Okay, so this chapter came out, then there was a 7-month hiatus, then he's done 7 more chapters, and now he's on another hiatus. Fuck, that's crazy. Then they all got drip. Fern and Stark looking incredible, as per. Fern especially, man. I mean, Frieren even. Oh. Thank you. Would you like some cake? Yes. The cake's delicious. Why don't you eat something, Fern? Sign can taste it for poison first, so don't worry. I'd use the detection spell. Frieren, this is all very different from what I was expecting. Man, here I was mentally prepared to be thrown into a death trap. What are you talking about, Stark? This is a death trap. Well, I'm saying that it doesn't look like one. They said we should wait for the enemy to make the first move. I actually think it's a solid plan. We have the roster, so we can identify them. We can act the moment they try anything. and being on the defensive gives us access to intel we might have missed. The plan is to stay calm and steady. It reminds me of when Zenso was an exam proctor. That's probably why she was put in charge of the mission. I've been thinking, Frieren, if we know what they look like, why not strike first? You sound like Siri. That'd be a good move if the enemy was sneaking around behind our backs, but according to Falsh's analysis, they're still in the ballroom. That means we can't do anything yet. We know that they're the Shadow Warriors, but no one else does. The Magic Special Forces will definitely act, though. The Foundation Day Festival is a symbol of peace. If the Continental Magic Association sparks conflict here, it could ignite an all-out war. So instead of taking the bait, we're better off just eating this cake and saving our strength. But if you're really having a hard time relaxing, why not go ahead and dance? It may look like it'll make it look like your guard's down even more. Yeah, would you like to dance? Don't you think that's a little too bold? She just wants to dance with you, bro. Look, Grau, they're enjoying the ball. We're totally being watched. Oops, made eye contact. It's not like I wanted to be stuck with guard duty. Why do we get called in as backup anyway? Don't let your guard down, Lager. We're supposed to stand by in case of an attack, but hopefully nothing like that happens. Oh boy, do I have news for you. An attack? Who'd be foolish enough to attack the Continental Magic Association? I know a fool within our own ranks who would do it. Maybe I should write up my will. Though, I don't want to die just yet. That's not even funny. Our investigation found that all official records of the members of the Shadow Warriors were lost when they were disbanded 16 years ago. Yes, I'm aware. That is why I ordered you to investigate the matter in detail. We conducted a thorough search. There's nothing left, not a trace. It's almost like they never existed at all. So you're saying the official records never existed in the first place? Is that your conclusion? Very well. It's logically sound, at least. Maybe if the Shadow Warriors had been more transparent, they would have never been disbanded. Even if we did identify the former members, I expect they've turned their work over to a new generation. We don't have a single face or name. Won't that delay our security response? That depends on your orders. If you wish us to act, we will. Outside of the ballroom, of course. We'll defend the ballroom with everything we have. We won't let any fights break out there. Fine. Then give me a status report. We're currently monitoring the entire palace, but focusing on the ballroom. However, due to local nobles coming and going so frequently, we've concluded that preventing infiltration entirely isn't realistic. Instead, we've narrowed down our surveillance targets to the Continental Magic Association. We're positioned to respond immediately should anyone attack. Immediately? Yes. If you give the order to engage, we shall act immediately. Very well. Remain on standby. Kind of drippy, I can't lie. The white contrasting their black. They are the Shadow Warriors, I guess. Clementis, are you sure it's alright for us to just be out in the open like this? This guy looks... Clementis looks like the dude from JJK, the misogynist crazy bastard. Oh my god, I forgot his name. It escapes me. Yes, this ballroom is the only place we can be out in the open. As long as we stay in here, the Continental Magic Association won't dare attack. If they do, they'll quite literally turn the entire empire against them. What about the Magic Special Forces? They consider us traitors, right? Targets for elimination? Well, that's up to Captain Frace. At least, that's what I'd like to say. But the truth is, despite appearances, she's nothing if not loyal. I sincerely doubt she would turn the ballroom into a war zone. After all, this ball is a symbol of peace, and a display of the Empire's enduring strength. If anything were to disrupt it, it would be seen as a sign that the Empire is in decline. So, if I were in her position, I'd make sure the ball went off without a hitch, and quietly eliminate any threats behind the scenes. Naoya, that's who I'm thinking of, yes. Thank you, Kabbalist. And if the battle stays out of the public eye, I imagine there are those hoping to swoop in and reap the benefits. As for us Shadow Warriors, we have absolutely no intention of stepping into the spotlight, so most likely everything will unfold entirely behind the curtains. The Continental Magic Association, the Magic Special Forces, the Shadow Warriors. No matter who wins tonight's ball will almost certainly conclude without incident. I don't even want to imagine the chaos. You'd be lucky if you got to witness it. So, if you feel like dancing, now is the time. This will probably be the first and last time former child soldiers like you can come to an event like this, even if you survive. Damn, that's fucking deep. Wanna dance? We came here to fight, not dance. Clematis, stop screwing around. I'm not. Then you're being serious? I don't even know how to dance. You only taught me how to fight. That makes me really depressing. I am offended. I taught you other things necessary for your missions. So just observe and imitate as you always do. You had that training. Even the idiot gazelle who uses a knife and fork and knife like a fork, vice versa, is holding it correctly now. You trying to pick a fight with me? Do as he does and observe those around you. That's not what I'm talking about. Yes, it is. I don't know how to dance either, just like all of you. Iris, I did as you said and observed my surroundings. I'll be back. It's my turn to patrol anyway. Routine, go with her. We're not supposed to act alone. I know. Come on. I may not know much about table manners, but I've got a good head on my shoulders. I know that. I should have said that earlier. You think you got it all figured out, No. I do have it all figured out. Ever since the day you saved us from that battlefield way up north, it's like you've raised us. I merely desired skillful pawns, that is all. Well, what did you hear? Despite what Clementis said, someone's approaching the ballroom who doesn't care one bit about what happens at the ball, and they're itching for a fight. And that sounds like Uble. Siri's bodyguards? Or someone on the list? I don't know. Then we'll need to get visual confirmation before we engage them. We have to do something, otherwise it'll endanger our mission. Do I need to put a leash on you? Have you got one? I don't know. Yeah, it is Uble. Should have known. Her bloodthirstiness is always going to leak out. What is the status of the ball? Everything is proceeding smoothly. We have thorough security measures in place. Our state guest, Mistress Siri, is requesting an audience with your majesty. She brought quite the entourage, dare I say, an excessive number. Shall I respond in kind? I believe displaying your authority is the right move here. I will assign my magic special forces to escort you, your majesty. Then proceed. But no need for haste. That may help us appear more stately. I will see it done. One more thing. Friss, are you forgetting to tell me something? No, your majesty, that is all. You made sure to keep Denkin from being a part of this. What are you up to? Stop acting so suspicious. If you're plotting something, let me in on it. The plan we made with Denkin was for me to meet with the great mage Siri during tonight's ball in order to conclude an amicable treaty. But what about your plan? What should I do? There is nothing for your majesty to be concerned with. This is me, your foolish retainer, acting on my own against your majesty's orders. Share your thoughts with me. Please, forgive my rudeness. If you wish for me to take my own life, I beg you wait until everything is over. Wish for your death? Such insolence. If I knew a way to get rid of you that would succeed, I'd have sent you to the gallows a long time ago. Frace, There's no need for you to shoulder the responsibility of this once thriving empire all alone. I've turned a blind eye until now, but I am very well aware of how you and Denken, despite being polar opposites, have kept our nation safe. Just as I rewarded Denken, I wish to honour you as well. Then may I suggest you continue to turn a blind eye, just as before. Besides, I disagree with your majesty. Our empire has over 1,000 years of history, and that is going to continue until the day that every single person in this world can use magic. It's going to continue, huh? Frace, no one understands the current state of the empire better than you, and yet that is what you believe. It truly is strange. When something has been in existence as long as one can remember, the idea that that thing ceasing to exist is hard to picture. Still, nothing is forever in this world. Even this great empire that has lasted over a millennium surely cannot be an exception. Uble, nope to everything. Do you have any idea what you're about to get yourself into? If we start a fight at the ball, the magic special forces will get involved and all-out war could start, right? In other words, we can't take any action as long as the Shadow Warriors are there. That's why Sensei wants us to wait and approach. Use the wait and see approach. But frankly speaking, that is a bad move. It's like asking to be driven into a corner. Whether they're at the hall or not, unless we provoke them into action, their plan will move forward without a problem. Choosing to wait is the same thing as not getting in their way. Once our enemies make their move, then it'll be too late. I feel like this puts us at a disadvantage. I smell death in the air. I totally get your point, and I can't say I disagree, but that doesn't give you an excuse to cause a scene. Like you said, that would probably ruin their plan, but that's a recipe for a dogfight. Many people, including you, would end up dead. That's why I've been offering you all these alternatives, and you've rejected every single one. Do you have a death wish or something? I just don't want you to die, you know? I'm suggesting these other options so I don't have to die in the crossfire. Anyway, let's keep a cool head on and discuss this. Hey, Four Eyes. Look, these are all real swords. Isn't this the palace? They just leave all these dangerous things out here like this? Maybe we just didn't notice, but there are more weapons somewhere. Hey, stop that. Looks painful. I'm checking if it has an edge. Excuse me. Please don't mind me. How many? 2. I have visual confirmation on the targets. They match the ones on the list. They attacked us first? Why? They've identified us already? In that case, we'll need to force them to tell us how they found us out. Captain Frace, I've detected a fight. I await your orders. Oh shit. Uble and Land got absolutely speed blitzed, bro. Okay. Weird double page. Ooh. That way now. Got it. It's like I thought. If we exclude the guys who left earlier, we're still missing 3 people. Kreese, Werlos, and Law, right? You think that Law would be here? I'm not sure. I did beat her half to death. The other enemies made their move. We'll need to take action ourselves soon too. Once you meet up with Falsh, follow his instructions. A battle's about to break out behind the scenes. It's about time. Land and Uble are leading the assault, huh? I never did ask why you allowed them to conduct a raid. I doubt Uble's aware of it herself, but those two will have an advantage in a fight against warriors. just like me. Now, we just have to pray that our enemies aren't more powerful than we anticipate. Oh, they didn't get speed blitzed. Uble got out of the headlock. And I don't remember really what landed. He used a spell. Oh, she's like Wolverine in it. Wow, he's... Oh. After take to the fight, we can isolate the area with an anti-perception barrier. No, never mind. It seems there's no need for that anymore. Why did I come over here? Oh. Despite the fighting that's broken out, both the Shadow Warriors and the Continental Magic Association have already taken steps to conceal it. Even in unexpected situations, they're able to act decisively. It seems our enemies are quite capable. My apologies, Father Clematis. We got pulled into a fight. Right now I'm aware of the situation, because they're like fighting an animal. I'm taking the lead this time. I've been listening in. Then please, give us permission to engage. We have a chance to capture the Shadow Warriors here. Captain Frace, I await your order. For now, monitor the situation. You have no choice. Stand by. Engage. Oh. Uble is a freak, bro. I knew it. She cut through the walls and ceiling, but she couldn't cut through any of the armor. I don't understand the nature of her magic, but I can block it with the shield. It feels like you're trying to analyze me. I can't really predict her moves, but she did get past the shield. We're a bad matchup. This is getting fun. What kind of attack is that? How dare you use my needles without my permission? He's the kind of mage I'm bad against. He fights in an underhanded way, exploiting the weakness of our Zoltrak resistance. On top of that, poison doesn't affect him. Also, they're both able to react far faster than most mages. I need to figure out why. Otherwise, I'll probably lose this fight. The one called Uble is likely an intuitive type. She can use magic without thinking, allowing her to react as quickly as she does. So then what's the explanation for the one called Land? I don't think he casts in as intuitively like her. Poison doesn't work on him though. Why? He doesn't seem to have resistance to it. Oh, that's not his real body. I see, you're the opposite. You're not fast because you're not thinking. You're so fast because all you do is think. Since you aren't a mage, I had hoped that this sort of tactic would work on you. I didn't expect you to figure out that this isn't my real body. Thank you. Now I don't have to pretend anymore. Good night. Ain't no way she's dead. Yep. Bro, she caught a poisoned arrow in her teeth, bro. Sorry. No matter how much pain or suffering I endure, I remain fully conscious. Anyway, why? Defensive magic is far too slow against her. Good thing I'm the one fighting her. Uble would be dead by now. But what should I do? Thanks to Falsh's intel, I already know she's resistant to poison, but her resilience far exceeds my expectations. So this is the Shadow Warrior. Pardon? At this rate, it will become a war of attrition. I'm not going to lie. One thing with Frieren fights, right, is it always comes in, the word war of attrition is mentioned in every single fight. If this happens, I won't stand a chance. And, hey, that's not your real body, right? So why did you protect your neck? She's sharper than I imagined. Even for me, this isn't looking good. I didn't know warriors could be so fast. I can barely keep my eyes on her. But that shield is the real problem. Sorganiel requires the caster to keep the target's entire body in sight. Their clothes count as part of their body. That's how I see it, and there's no doubt that Werble saw it the same way. But shields, all I see is an obstacle. How am I supposed to get through? I might be able to take her down if I were prepared to die with her, but I bet Four Eyes wouldn't be happy with that idea. If anyone can turn the tide of battle this battle, it's him. Unlike me, he seems to be doing pretty well in his fight, but I wonder why. His moves are pretty easy to read. You can predict what he's about to do by observing the flow of his mana. Oh, I see. They can't detect mana. They rely on their 5 senses, particularly their eyes. But unlike them, I can see everything. I need to assess the timing then. Ooh, okay, she's got her upper hand. Damn, I'm good that this arc is going to end. Well, I'm going to catch up before I really see like the likes of Siri or Sensei go full out. That's what you get when you can't take him out instantly. Land thought he had it in the bag, and now the fire has to drag on. Yeah, that's true. The magic special forces still haven't made a move. They must be looking to fish in troubled waters. It makes them look cowardly. They possess a whole team of experts, yet still act so cautiously. That cowardice is exactly what makes Imperial mages terrifying. Ah yes, you fought the magic special forces before. We lost 3 first-class mages in that battle. Captain Fraser of the magic special forces. I wish we had more time to observe. Do you think they'll grant us an audience with His Majesty? They'll see us whether they like it or not. That man may be a shrewd pragmatist, but he understands the importance of keeping up appearances. He'll probably bring in a larger retinue than ours. Have you met him before? Once, in a prophetic dream, but I have no intention of telling you about it. And why is that? Because I took a gamble, and I'm sure you'll be mad at me whether it leads to our victory or death. Can't sleep? Can't believe this. What is Frace doing? How could she allow an intruder to slip by her like this? You must be Siri, of the Continental Magic Association. We will see each other at the ball tomorrow. Surely we have nothing to discuss that can't wait till then. Wrong. I don't have much time left, so we need to talk. Then is it acceptable if we walk as we talk? I have something on my mind. That's fine. As long as you're not trying to spoil our discussion. Wait. I cannot guarantee it won't happen, even if I do not dare. Frass will not sit by idly. She won't interfere. I see. You killed her. In that case... Whoa, what the fuck? In that case, I suppose it will depend on how you killed her. To Frace, even her own death would serve as a tool to buy me time. No doubt. She left me no time for anything besides an audience with your Majesty. It truly was an enjoyable battle. Besides, I wouldn't mind if she overheard us. Not in this place, at least. This place, could it be? I see. We're inside a dream. That's how you were able to force your way in. How did you know? This magic item allows one to differentiate between dreams and reality. The colour of the flame changes when you're inside a dream. And a black flame means that this is not my dream, it's yours. Yes, you are merely a character inside my dream. This takes me back. One of Flam's silly little treasures. It even functions inside a prophetic dream, huh? A prophetic dream? Magic from the mythical times. It must be a type of clairvoyance. I did not expect such a thing to be real. Clairvoyance? This is not so fanciful. This magic is... Nah, there's no point explaining it to you. Go ahead and think of it as clairvoyance. Does that mean our encounter here is one that will actually happen in the future. It's one of many possibilities. This is simply the choice I made this time. That's all. Even though it turned out to be a waste. To think that a character inside a dream could become aware of it, I never knew a flaw like this existed. And now this dream has lost its use as a tool for predicting the future. This was my last chance. What a shame. Wait. Since you came all the way here, pray tell, what was it you wished to discuss with me? You suggest that this is far from the first time you tried this. How many attempts have you made? What is to happen in the future? And why do you want to know? A plot to assassinate you, Siri, the great mage, is unfolding beyond the reach of my power. To be honest, I do not believe your death would be ideal. For the prosperity of the Empire, nay, for the sake of the Empire's peaceful fall, I wish to prevent it. Let us discuss matters. It should prove mutually beneficial. So, if I bring back information from you here, it could help us foil the assassination plot, and thus benefit the Empire in reality, correct? That doesn't sound bad, right? Explain your situation to me. And why should I do that? You're the one who's supposed to be providing information, Your Majesty. Siri, how am I supposed to aid you without first understanding what? Oh, stop. It's obvious that's not the reason. You're trying to gain information for yourself. You're a real swindler. You have a consciousness, my dreams connected to the Emperor's. The mental defense that is protecting me was created with the quintessence of our imperial magic. It is the culmination of the Empire's millennium of magical research. I may be the caster, yet the principles of this spell are outside the realm of my understanding. That defense is probably responsible for our current situation. If the Emperor of an imaginary world, a prophetic dream, were to leak information without my knowledge, it could endanger the Empire. I believe that this version of myself exists here, so it can choose what information will be shared. You didn't hesitate to spell it all out. Well, I am an emperor. I understand that the Empire will fall should negotiations break down. That is why, very well, Your Majesty, I'll put my trust in you. I agree to exchange information. But why? I do not actually believe what I would have said to be enough to convince you. You believe this assassination plot will end in failure, so you've decided to play it safe. If you were involved in the plot, you would try to hedge like this, but your predictions have missed the mark. Siri, I ask you once again, what awaits us in the future? No idea. I'll be dead. In the end, I couldn't work out who kills me or how, or what happens after my death. But it was a stroke of luck to get an audience with you, Your Majesty. In the real world, there is rarely a chance to speak freely and without interference. Now I can make plans for what will happen after my death. Whatever I choose to do, my foolish apprentices would reject any plans based on the premise that I died. But finally, I can have a constructive conversation, and it's not a bad deal for you either, Your Majesty. Let both the Empire and the Continental Magic Association pursue our mutual interests. Siri's gonna die? Bro? Huh? I mean, low-key I see it now. Because the number one rule of writing, right, is nothing is said ever for no reason. So them bringing up like 10 chapters or whatever it was ago, be like, oh yeah, you know, the concept of elves not being immortal, that the concept that elves can die is becoming a real thing. Should have known. Should have known when they told us, when they gave us the exposition of being like, ooh, elves can die. Should have known that Siri was going to die. Should have known that this association would fail. So, let's exchange information. I'll tell you about my situation, but I have to ask, just in case, could the Emperor's authority be used to halt the assassination? You might as well tell a baker to reap wheat. Do you know how the empire has endured for thousands of years? It has established a system that will not collapse even when a fool like myself reigns. The separation of powers ensures that, no matter who the emperor is, the empire will continue to function. It is nothing like the patchwork kingdoms throughout the realm, where a king can seize absolute power. My authority does not reach the shadows. Then you'd be worthless as a hostage too. A terrifyingly cavalier statement, but it is true. Somebody else would simply take the throne. That said, I still intend to aid you in whatever way I can. You may not believe this, but I am quite the conscientious man. I would also like to repay the kindness you showed Denken. I didn't do anything. So, shall we get back to the matter at hand? The magic enabling this prophetic vision is a spell that allows me to occasionally experience the future in the form of a dream. The timing and length of the dream are random, and the chance of it even activating in the first place are quite small. Needless to say, it hasn't shown me anything beyond the moment of my death. It seems that this particular spell is limited to the caster's lifespan. For quite some time, I haven't been able to see beyond the evening at the ball at the conclusion of the Foundation Day Festival. I die there, and that's it. What an awfully inconvenient spell. Spells that allow you to see the future all have limitations, and they tend to be imperfect. As far as I know, across the whole of human history, only one person has ever managed to perfectly turn a prediction into reality. What people call clairvoyance is actually far from it. It's merely an attempt to create the most accurate prediction possible by combining several spells. Is that what you're doing? No. This prophetic dream spell is the only one I have left. I've never really liked using clairvoyance as a tool, but many mages still pursue it, so those spells are granted as special privileges, starting with the most effective. It's funny, isn't it? Now that my lifespan's been determined, the randomness that made the prophetic dreams worthless is no longer an issue. It's become quite a practical spell. Can you request aid from those mages? They're all dead. It's easy for mages who deal in clairvoyance to be killed, whether it's the arrogance of being able to see the future or the work of another clairvoyant. Considering the current situation, the latter seems the most likely. The enemy possesses some sort of magic that allows them to predict the future. The only hope is that their clairvoyance is likely just as imperfect as mine. At the ball tomorrow, just as the bell rings, that will be the end for me. They'll go through my throat from a blind spot. It'll be over in a flash. I never catch sight of them. Since I couldn't detect any of their manner, either they're a warrior or somebody whose skills far exceed what should exist in this era. The outcome never changes, regardless of where I am. Avoiding the ball or choosing not to visit the imperial capital made no difference. And that is why you believe the enemy is capable of clairvoyance. It's not the only reason. While I despise running like a coward, I did try. Simulacra? Illusions, barriers. I used every possible tool to evade death. There was no attempt on my life that time. I survived, but it resulted in a far more gruesome outcome. Numerous Continental Magic Association mages were killed instead. There were casualties in every scenario, but that one was on a different scale. Honestly, the Continental Magic Association has grown too large. Many of its members play crucial roles in various cities and throughout the countryside. I can't protect all of that. They're using them as hostages. They must be dying to dance with me at the ball. It's their special way of asking me to give up my life. But without clairvoyance, they wouldn't be able to make such an elaborate threat. Your Majesty, can you think of anyone capable of such magic? Frasser is the only one who comes to mind. However, I can't imagine that it's her spell. If she could predict the future, she would have never allowed the Empire to decline so far. Probably. Besides, there aren't many spells related to clairvoyance, and most of them were passed down to a clan that was driven to extinction during the wars in the Southern Lands. Frass's features are distinctly northern. I can't imagine she's descended from them. Either way, it's time we considered the endgame. Let's find a way to minimize casualties for us both. Yes, I grasp the situation now. So, tell me, what kind of information do you seek? Bro, what the fuck? This is crazy. Sounds similar to the situation of the Seven Sages of Destruction. The hero of the South found themselves in the one guy, and he's like, yeah. Shit, bro, I was not expecting this all of a sudden. Here they are. What a show off. Bro, and we're nearly at the end, man. Oh my god, I can't believe bro took a hiatus here. I pray he gets well soon. The strongest warrior? Are you for real? That's all snow melt. You'll die if you stay in there. I swam here. I know. That's why I'm worried. Hurry up and get out of there. Honestly, Clematis always forces us to do the riskiest things. I didn't have a choice. It seems some people around here know my face. You really think so? The statues and portraits honouring your achievements were all destroyed a long time ago. Nobody remembers you anymore. Frieren remembers because that's what Frieren does now. She carries on legacies, good or bad, it seems. They don't remember, even though you're the hero of this country. Don't trouble yourself over it. Hey, bro, Frieren recognized you just off the beard, my guy. Why not warm yourself by the fire a bit? Nah, there's no need. Let's go. I keep coming back to this, but you're tough as hell. What in the world is your body made of? This is normal for a warrior. It is most definitely not. Yeah, maybe you're right. This is normal, that's normal. You say things are normal an awful lot. It's a habit I picked up from an old friend. Till I met him, I never once doubted that I was the strongest warrior. Aizen? Yeah, but he taught me that a warrior's pride and fearlessness, even in the face of death, can become a deadly weakness. It's because of him that I've survived for so long. I've looked death in the eye more times than I can count. But each time, my once timid friend's words kept me calm. So, it's normal. That's what I keep telling myself. I don't buy it. We've known each other for a long time now, and it seems to me like you're always on the lookout for someone to die. A place to die an honourable death, suitable for a warrior. Valhalla, my guy. We haven't known each other for that long. It's been 8 years. If it seems that way to you, it must be true. Like I said though, that's what I tell myself. But I can't help but keep it back in the back of my mind that if there was a warrior out there who could kill me, that friend of mine would be the one. What about his apprentice, my guy? My friend, the strongest warrior. That's what I thought at least. But time is cruel. We're both old men now. So Stark's going to defeat this guy, and that's going to cement him as the strongest. Whoa. Have you ever met Lau? You mean the commander? Clematis introduced me once. He's seriously skilled. Skilled? That doesn't even begin to cover it. I was afraid of him. And then that warrior, who's supposed to hold a much higher position than me, said something I found rather hard to believe. That he was prepared to be nothing but a simple pawn. What kind of foes are we even up against anyway? Yo, sup, Don Holler? I'm good, my guy. Welcome. Good to see you. How are you doing? What kind of foes are we up against? The first time I saw him, I thought he was a demon general. I wonder how many people he's killed. He's already starting to act like a monster. How do I rate Frieren? Frieren is really good. There was so all the stuff I think my favorite parts of the story have been the Golden Land arc, then like the first stretch of the story, everything from the beginning up till the magic exam, probably tied with the time travel stuff, the goddess's monument, and then probably this, and then probably the magic exams might low-key be the out of all like the big arcs. There's obviously like the little like small arcs in between, not really counting them, but I think the magic exams is probably my least favorite, but not to say it's not good. It's still good. There's no way someone like him could fool the magic special forces and walk straight in through the front gate. It makes sense that they take this passage instead. It's an escape route from the age of the unified empire. I learned about it from an old blueprint I found in Mistress Siri's collection. Securing this location was the right choice. She's cooked, I feel. Last time, when I saw the others, there weren't any wanted posters or any solid proof, so I wasn't allowed to pursue them further. I suspected their goal was reconnaissance, but I never imagined they'd send a monster like that. Still, this information was worth the risk. Now I know that the only one not on a wanted poster is the commander of the Shadow Warriors, a man called Lao. If I recall, the Governor General of the Lawbeard domain in the far north of the Empire is also named Lao. And going by the roster of Imperial forces Lineal obtained, he was an outsider who earned his reputation through covert operations in the south. The southern lands. I've got a bad feeling about this. Right now, I need to meet back up with Frieren and the others so we can bring them down together. I can't allow that thing to enter the palace. I hear breathing. I'm sure it's just Wolf. He loves skulking about in the shadows. That's what I thought too. But their heartbeat quickened just now. It's an enemy. I'm begging you not to do anything stupid. Move and I'll kill you. Yeah, she's cooked. I told you not to move. It'll be your head next time. You're allowing me to have a next time? You're more reasonable than I expected. What a relief. Yeah, this guy's fucking crazy. And here was me being like, yeah, Stark can beat him. Stark can beat him and become the best warrior. As things stand, I can't envision Stark cooking to such a degree just yet. You stopped watching after episode 12? I've only watched a few episodes of the anime. Everything's just been manga for me. You think I'd rate Witch Hat? I've heard of that. I have heard of that. The fine skill difference between Falch before with Iris and Routine and now Werlos. It's like I was saying, man. I thought Stark was going to like cement his legacy as like the strongest warrior in this arc, but I feel like it's too early for that. Oh, Your Excellency. I know. It's all going according to plan. Oh, she has greener. Isn't it surprising how quiet it is here? Are you watching the evening star? Yes. It reminds me of these southern lands, my hometown. And you and I would often gaze upon the night sky together. Held, you need not shoulder everything on your own. I failed you as your master, but that's not true. And do not call me by that name. Do you understand the situation? This may be our last time. And that is exactly why I am Lao, the Governor General of the Lawbeard Domain, and you are one of my servants, my old man. Neither our identities nor our achievements will ever be recorded. In fact, What's about to happen could not even be called an achievement. One sec, guys. Humanity and demons alike will lose their manor, and we will be rid of magic. The laws of the world, rewritten in the time of myth, shall return to how they once were. That is all there is to it. Magic has been the cause of each and every upheaval in my life. One of my earliest memories is my first experience with magic, when my brother died protecting me from a stray spell. Arrows of light rained down from the sky, and all it took was a single one to steal his life. The southern lands, where I was born, were far beyond the demon's sphere of influence, and because of that, as ridiculous as it sounds, they were instead a place where it was just humans who shed each other's blood. Magic was a weapon, and dying in the crossfire of a street fight wasn't uncommon. It was the sort of thing that could happen to anyone. That is the madness that possessed my homeland. The second time I experienced magic is still burned deep into my memory. Overnight, my hometown simply ceased to exist. All that remained was the rubble. I was left with nothing, not even the bodies of my parents. Though, in truth, I could tell from the way the adults spoke that they had found bodies. There was no way they could show the children such grisly remains. But the thing that truly shocked me was the fact that this hellscape was simply collateral damage. It seemed the magic used for the war in the southern lands was no longer under the control of humans. I was in shock. All I could do was stand there and stare. How many hours or days was it? I don't even know. I remember people tried to talk to me a few times and to try and help get me away from that place, but I stubbornly refused to move. The adults finally left, and I was enveloped in silence. I don't remember what it was that made me look up, but a fallen statue of Himmel the hero caught my eye. It stirred up a memory of the stories that my parents had often told me. He was a great hero, the kind any child would look up to. I wanted to be more like him. I found myself desperately trying to write to the statue. I knew it was a pointless thing to do, yet even so, that statue, no, the hero who brought peace to the world, did not deserve to remain fallen in a place like that. It was truly pointless. It wouldn't change anything, but the hero from those stories would never have stood about aimlessly in that situation. Let me give you a hand. That's how I met the man who became my master. It was simply a coincidence, but still, the statue of that great hero bound us together. Do you like him or the hero too? He was the one who inspired me to become a warrior and protect this land. I'm sorry I was too late, but I won't ask for your forgiveness. You can blame me. You were somewhere far away, doing your best to protect the other people, right? You did nothing wrong. That's not the kind of thing a kid should have to tell me. Weren't you my dad's friend? I've seen you a few times. So, this pain I feel, the regret that I couldn't help, the frustration, I know you feel the same way. Again, that's not the way a kid should be taking all this. His name was Lara. I only learned about it later, but he was the Southern Land's strongest warrior. He had survived countless battles and was praised for emerging victorious in every single one. The irony was palpable. In these lands, beset by constant warfare, all it took to overcome this invincible warrior was simply his absence. No matter how powerful someone was, it could not change that they were just one person. Yet, his eyes still shone with an unshakable determination, as though there was something he could never give up on. This place is hell. I used to believe that if I just kept fighting, one day some hero would show up and bring peace to the southern lands. But you can't rely on other people to save you. Nobody like that ever appeared. If I truly wish for peace, I will have to make it happen myself. That is what Himmel the hero would do. In retrospect, perhaps that statue and the story of the hero who never gave up what rekindled his determination. That's the last chapter, bro. Yo, what's up, Pixel King? Definitely watch the. Yeah, I've been watching some of like the big fights. I can't believe that's. I mean, I knew. That's kind of soul crushing. Man, I await the day the manga comes back, bro. Like, I really hope Frieren videos do good on the channel, because when eventually the manga does come back, when it's a big chapter, I would love cover it. The fact that we never even got to see the dwarf again. I barely got to see Sign. Oh, and more of the Siri stuff. Yeah, Pixel King, we're all caught up now. I'm all caught up, and just like it was with the One Punch Man webcomic, I'm all caught up, and now I get to share your pain in the constant hiatuses. Whatever series I choose to read next on the channel, I've got to make sure it's not one that's just on constant hiatus, bro. How do I do that? Listen, I'm really tired. I'm going to head off now, though. Ichi the Witch, yeah, that's something which I'm considering. Oh, yeah, we are definitely going to be covering Ichi the Witch at some point. Probably in next year. Probably sounds like a suitable time for an anime. I don't know what I'm going to read next, Pixel King. You guys in chat got any suggestions before I hop off? Because I'm going to hop off pretty soon. Like, I'm trying to think of anime that are going to be airing at some point this year. Think like, oh, well, if we're going to make videos on that series, I might as well catch up. Like I said earlier, I'm kind of on board with rereading all of One Piece at some point. I might hop on the Hunter x Hunter streams with Yusuf sometimes, because I do want to read Hunter x Hunter, but there's no point two of us doing two separate streams on that. I might do like Ichi the Witch or something. What happened to Kagurabachi? Loki, I might read it by my ones, because all four of us it's so hard to get us all on at once. I don't know. I'm gonna have a look at what anime are gonna be coming out this year that we'll be covering on the channel, to see if there's any, like Frieren, for example, that I think I should probably make use of this time and catch up now. So what you guys should look out for is, like, in the next 24-48 hours, once I've picked between like 4 series, I'll put a poll out on the community. I'll put a poll out, and you guys can just vote. Because Chainsaw Man Part 2, that's another one I want to catch up on. I might do between like One Piece, Chainsaw Man Part 2, maybe Ichi the Witch if there's none other that we might cover just yet. We'll see. Thank you all for coming. We are now fully caught up to Frieren. I can now get to work on the Frieren X Himmel video that I'm excited to do. Excited to do. Thank you, Pixel King. Thank you. But thank you all for going, and I'll see. Make sure to vote in the poll, and I'll see you guys. Yeah, I love Chainsaw Man Part 1 as well, which is why I'm going to try and give Chainsaw Man Part 2 the benefit of the doubt on a big binge rather than weekly, because weekly it was asked to kind of like. Anyway,